I'll run through it and everything. But no, we're talking about French toast because that's a running gag on the show. It's like believe me, we don't take this too seriously, but it's fun to talk about because wherever I go, I always try to get French toast. Joe says, "Do you like pancakes?" Yeah, only when my mother makes the pancakes. I eat mom's pancakes. That's it. Otherwise, they're not worth having. It's like lasagna. Why would I eat lasagna anywhere else? Because you can't top my mother's lasagna, right? So with French toast, that's all I ask. So I get up in the big hotel I'm in yesterday morning, and I got to make sure I'm on over there with Maria. We're going to do a pre-tape before we go live.
Right.
And I got to get over there. It's raining. I got this. I didn't get up on the show. I called you guys. I called Radio Bill in Jersey. And then I called the night before, Al. How meticulous, how smart am I?
Right.
Okay? And I'm by myself. Just sometimes my help doesn't show up. That's a whole nother story. So I call up the room service the night before at the big hotel.
Yeah.
Can I order breakfast for the next morning? No, you can't. No. It's like, no. I could. At this hotel, I pulled up, and my pilot, Rich, my buddy, my pilot, he drives me from Farmingdale. He drives me with his beautiful wife. We drive to the hotel. There's no bellman. I'm thinking, this is New York. This is New York. And,
right.
People put up with it. Why? Because it's New York. It's like, I'm not used to that. I like a smaller hotel. And by the way, everybody's nice. There's no malice or meanness. It's just the way it is. French toast? No, can't do it. Room service? No, can't do it. Okay, well, I'll call in the morning. I don't want to be difficult. So I get up in the morning. I'm at this big hotel. Now I'm on the clock. I talked to you guys on.
Now, what time did you call them?
I called them like, what it was, 8 o'clock, whatever it was, 8:30.
So they should be open, breakfast, right?
Oh, my Lord. So I call up, I go, French toast. Sorry, we don't have French toast. Like that. Boom! Now, I want to go, and I don't want to, I'm not going to get nasty. I go, well, can I talk to a supervisor? No, supervisor's not here. This is what I get. Is the chef around? Because sometimes I'll talk to the chef. Because the people who are... Anyway, I go, all right. Now I'm on the clock. Now I'm eating up time. Now I'm going to be late for the parade because of the French toast. It's always a problem with the French toast. So and I go...
Why couldn't you have eggs?
Listen to this. No, I don't. I wanted because I knew my day. I had to do the parade, run to Neil. I wanted to do Tucker. It was a full day. I didn't have time to breathe the whole day. So I go like this. Give me. I call the operator. I would like the most important person in the hotel, please. I did. I didn't know. I said, is there a manager?
Concierge.
No, beyond the concierge. I want the person who makes the decision. So I get to a gal. And I could tell she didn't know who I was. Not that it makes any difference because she said, yes, Mr. Piscopo. Yes.
Oh.
Listen. So,
there you go.
So now I know I'm really not going to get preferential treatment. Mr. Piscopio. Mr. Piscopio.
Piscopico.
She couldn't figure it out.
Right.
So I go, I said, I'm just asking for breakfast. I got to go on the air in a second. And I was real nice about it. Right. And I said, you guys are doing a great job, but can I ask for, what would you like? I said, French toast. It's a more French toast. I said, you're a hotel in Midtown Manhattan. I can't get anywhere. And I didn't say it like that. But so then she goes, I said, do me a favor. What's your name? I forgot her name. I said, listen, I know it's not you. Do me a favor. Just tell the chef it's for Jersey Joe. I'm here. They will know. The work, the rank and file all know because I'm always at a hotel. They know. The workers, the kitchen workers, those are my people, man. They know. I said to this executive, please just tell them it's for Piscopo. Okay, Mr. Piscopo. Okay, just tell Joe, Jersey Joe.
Has this been a hotel you've stayed at before?
I have.
Really?
It's a big hotel, and I'm telling you, it's not malice.
And you've ordered French toast from there before?
Yeah, it's been there. So, and it's always been. So, do you know, within 10 minutes, a guy comes up. And he's the kitchen guy. Joe, I am so sorry. If they would just let me talk to the folks in the kitchen, I will get whatever. Joe, I'm so sorry. He brought up a bag, the French toast.
Have they never heard of French toast, these other people?
I don't know. It was like, It was like the hardest thing I've ever done in my life.
I could get the person maybe not knowing who you are. I mean, that's rare, but okay.
No, but
I mean,
you can't. If you come, and then I thought about the tourists that come in. What if I was a tourist in here and I show, can you do the? There's no bellman, and I can't get.
Right.
And they go, Joe, hi, and thank
Well,
God.
what did they have for breakfast if they didn't have French toast?
I don't know.
A bagel?
No, it's like this new
Muffins?
special thing. They don't do. I think it's like already pre-prepared food, like that. So, but anyway,
What can't be
French toast
French
sticks.
toast? Yeah,
You know,
right.
Joe, here's your problem. You're staying at hotels. You need to stay at a bed and breakfast with a breakfast
No,
guaranteed.
Because Morano had enough problems staying in a bed.
No,
and breakfast that he
no.
wasn't
That's
invited
right.
to.
You know what I should have done? You know what I should have done? I really should have got what I thought about as Mo was about to take me to the airport to my little plane. And I bought some pasta with me. I should have bought the French toast with me for
Yeah.
Monday morning. I've done that before. Swear to goodness.
Feel like an astronaut freeze
You're
dry
a
French
young kid.
toast.
I'm gonna prepare you how to. You got to be prepared. You got to be prepared. But this guy brought it up and it was great. So we worked it out. But I've never ever. Susie, we put up with it because
I
we're
love
from.
it.
But we're from here, so we get
Yeah,
it. We get
French
it. But
toast, it's not exotic.
I know. But you get the no. It's always no. It's I can't. I'm not sure. Well, you just say yes. I got this. I got this. That's what I'm looking for.
Sometimes I eat French toast, and now whenever I do, I'm going to think of you.
There
Make it
you
at
go.
home.
Look at that.
Make it at home.
And
Make
in
it healthy.
your pajamas with your little slippers on.
I
watching
was watching you and Miss Bartiromo. Yes.
That was great. On a
was.
beautiful rainy Monday. It was so much
man.
fun. Susie, we appreciate you watching the whole. You watched the whole thing.
I did. I watched to the end. You guys were singing New York, New
God.
York. Of course I
God
did.
bless you. You are just the best. Hey, Susie Saron's doing traffic for Debbie Duhame this morning. And Susie, how we looking on this Tuesday morning?
Joe, super busy out there. We'll start in the 5 boroughs. An accident on the FDR South and at 116th Street. You've got the right lane out. It's solid from the RFK Triborough Bridge. Also busy in Queens, an accident on the Cross Island North, but at the LIE. The LIE West, when at Maurice Avenue, a crash in the right lane. You're backed up from the Nassau line. 59th Street Bridge, Manhattan bound upper level. That's a right lane accident. Staten Island Expressway eastbound is solid. Slauson Avenue to across the Verrazano Bridge. Alternate side back in effect. Inbound George Washington Bridge, 30 for the upper, 20 at the lower. The inbound Lincoln is 30. Inbound Holland about 30 from either approach. Stalled truck in Jersey City. It's a tractor trailer. Truck Route 1 and 9 north and at Communipaw Avenue. That's got 1 lane out. New York State Thruway South, that is solid north of exit 13 right into Westchester. Earlier accidents on the LIE westbound. The Southern State westbound, gone. Now you know how not to go. I'm Susie Cerrone on AM 970. The Answer.
Thank you, Susie. Piscopo in the morning, 6:52. I am not really what they call a metrosexual. Somebody who's like in tune all the stuff. Like, I'll get a peppermint foot massage. I can't understand how anybody will get don't touch my feet, please.
Don't knock it till you try it.
Please. I mean, I just know. So I'm not really in touch with that. So then I try Harry's.com, and I try the razors. And I got to tell you, and I had the post-shave balm that I never use. I am so in love with Harry's, and I want you to try Harry's.com. Harry's.com, just use the code Piscopo. You will love it too. Because if you're a guy that doesn't think of these things, it will. And then I'm feeling my face. I go, and I had makeup on my face all weekend from doing TV and everything. And I'm going, how do I get this makeup off? Harry's got they have this face cleanser. That if you go to Harry's.com, you will see online. The face cleanser is spectacular. And I don't like any of this stuff. It's so well thought out, again, by Jeff and Andy, 2 ordinary guys fed up with getting ripped off. They started Harry's to fix shaving, and they have done it brilliantly. Harry's.com. Just use the code Piscopo. Because you know what? You can get Harry's. They own the factory, so you can get quality blades for $2 a blade compared to $4 a blade that you're going to see at the drugstore or the supermarket. And you know what Jeff and Andy do? You ready for these words you'll never hear from another company? They take less profit. Oh! They take less profit. You have got to try Harry's.com. And I was at the Italian Tribune dinner the other night, and a guy said, Joey, listen every morning. Thank you. I said, thank you, man. Come here. Gave him a hug. We talked. He goes, hey, you even got me on Harry's, man. I'm telling you, you're going to be hooked on Harry's. You got to try it. If you get this trial set, all you got to do, you'll get it for free. All you got to do is cover a couple bucks for shipping. You get this weighted ergonomic handle, 5 precision engineered blades with a lubricating strip and trimmer blade, rich lathering shave gel, convenient travel blade cover. Plus, at checkout, if you go to Harry's.com right now and enter Piscopo, you will get that fabulous post-shave balm also for free. This is for a free set. Just cover a couple bucks for shipping. Harry's.com, code Piscopo.
For our Ask the Lawyer friends and listeners, you can attend any of Connors and Sullivan's free seminars on elder law, Medicaid, wills and estate planning, and more.
Yes, it's all free and all close to you. So come to Connors and Sullivan's free seminars.
On Monday, October 23rd at Vesuvio Restaurant, 7305 3rd Avenue in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn at 11 a.m., 3 p.m., and 7 p.m. At Buckley's, 2926 Avenue S in Sheepshead Bay, Brooklyn on Wednesday, October 25th at 11 a.m., 3 p.m., and 7 p.m. And on Thursday, October 26th at the Montauk Club, 25 8th Avenue in Park Slope, Brooklyn at 11 a.m. and 3 p.m.
Can't go to any Connors and Sullivan's free seminars? Then call Connors and Sullivan at 718-238-6500 for your own free office appointment.
Make an educated decision on your estate and family legal solutions today. Call Connors and Sullivan at 718-238-6500 or go to connorsandsullivan.com. Connors and Sullivan. Plan now for later.
Income matters. We all know this. It's not a secret. Income can come from many sources. We at Gary Goldberg Financial Services like dividend-paying stocks. We prefer high-quality dividend-paying stocks. Not for everything in your investment portfolio and not all of the time. But if you're looking for income, especially in retirement, look at companies that have a history of raising their dividends on a regular basis. You can call us at 1-800-377-5757 to request our brochure on high-quality dividend-paying stocks and for information about our proprietary Dividend Buster program. It's comprised of 15 high-quality stocks which have been well-researched by our firm. Call us at 1-800-377-5757 for more on our Dividend Buster program or to set up a no-charge, no-obligation consultation with one of our investment professionals. Gary Goldberg Financial Services, money management for real people. 1-800-377-5757 or visit us online at ggfs.com.
It's the AM 970 Weather Answer Forecast.
Sunshine and some clouds today. It'll be unseasonably warm but less humid than recent days with a high not far from 80. And partly cloudy tonight with a low of 63 at Midtown. Mid to upper 50s in most northern and western suburbs. Tomorrow will turn out cloudy with some rain or drizzle in the afternoon, high 72. And Thursday, partly sunny and cool, high 65. AM 970, The Answer.
Jersey Joe on the radio. Good morning, good morning. Great to have you with us on this Tuesday, the day after Columbus Day. Great to have, and thanks so much for your nice messages on Twitter and on social media. I've still got to get, I am so, when we get through the show, I should stay on my, Ricky's on. We have Ricky with us now, and Ricky's going to stay on the social media, and I'll tell you exactly how you could watch it. We're streaming on Facebook, and we're streaming on YouTube as well, right, Joe? So you could check that out, but I'll put that on at Jersey Joe, J-R-Z-Y, Joe Piscopo. Facebook. I don't even know how to tell you get to Facebook, Instagram. You'll figure it out. I know you'll figure it out. But we're on video this morning, and we got Dr. Keith Abloh will join us. He's going to phone in. Always great hearing from Dr. Keith. Russ Salzberg is live in the studio. Cannot wait to talk to Russ about the Yankees. Jackie Martling, Jackie the Joke Man Martling with Piscopo live in the 8 o'clock hour. And Peyton Taylor, she is an up-and-coming Nashville music star that you're not going to want to miss with Joe on the radio. It's Cthulhu and Piscopo. That's it on AM 970, The Answer. It's 6:58, a couple minutes away from 7 o'clock on AM970theanswer.com. Piscopo in the morning, live from the greatest city in the world, 877-970-2999. Coming right back at you.
News, opinion, passion. This is AM 970. The Answer.
68 degrees at 6:59. I'm Al Gattulo with local news first. Here's what's going on. A Queens man who was stabbed in the heart fighting for his life after undergoing surgery. Police say he somehow managed to walk into Elmhurst Hospital on his own last night after being knifed while walking on McNish Street, just a few blocks away. Police looking for his attacker. Didn't get much information from the victim. He apparently didn't know the person who stabbed him. The New Jersey woman who was shot and seriously injured in the mass shooting in Las Vegas, coming home, mycentraljersey.com, says a little more than a week after being shot in the hip, 22-year-old Jenna DiCandio of Jamesburg, planning to leave Las Vegas yesterday, traveled to her parents' home in North Carolina. DiCandio says she spent the past few days resting up and healing in a Las Vegas hotel room, is ready for some fresh air and sunshine. In sports on the ice, as you heard right here on AM 970, The Answer, Islanders lost to the Blues in a shootout 3-2. Devils beat the Sabres. Yankees over the Indians in Game 4 of the ALDS.
From the studios of AM 970, The Answer on Broadway and Wall Street in Manhattan, this is WNYM, Hackensack, New Jersey, New York City.
Entire neighborhoods have burned down. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
I was running downhill, and this thing was outrunning me. It's scary.
That's just one of 14 fires scorching California's wine country.
Napa and Santa Rosa got it really bad. 4 major fires burning in these areas, 15 in Northern California. We know of 10 people that have perished, unfortunately, and another 100 just in Sonoma County. There's been 100 missing persons reports filed. Doesn't mean there are 100 people lost, but that means they haven't been able to get a hold of them. There's no cell service here.
Fox's Adam Housley standing in front of the burned down Signorello winery. 1,500 homes and businesses have been destroyed. Some 20,000 people evacuated. They're being offered federal help. Fox's Rachel Sutherland live in Washington.
Dave, Vice President Mike Pence says the federal government stands ready to provide any and all assistance to the state of California.
As your courageous firefighters and first responders confront this widening challenge.
It was unclear whether the vice president would answer the governor's request for a federal disaster declaration. Pence made his comments in Sacramento. He's in California for a swing of Republican fundraisers. Dave?
Rachel, a Texas Tech University student, is accused of shooting a campus police officer dead last night, pulling out a gun while being questioned at the police station about drugs in his room. In Las Vegas, police have revised a timeline, now saying Stephen Paddock wounded a hotel security guard 6 minutes before the massacre. They initially said the guard interrupted Paddock's shooting spree. More Trump tweets about the NFL this morning. Why is it getting massive tax breaks while at the same time disrespecting our anthem, flag, and country? This after ESPN suspended the SportsCenter host who last month called the president a white supremacist, but that's not what got Jemele Hill punished. It was this.
Hill tweeted Sunday, calling on fans to boycott advertisers of the Dallas Cowboys after owner Jerry Jones told his players they would stand for the national anthem or be benched.
Fox's Matt Napolitano. Fox News. Fair and balanced.
Home isn't just a place. It's a feeling. Whether you're at home, your business, or online, ADT helps keep you safe. With security systems, home automation, alarms, and surveillance, so you can feel at home wherever you are. Go to ADT.com to get that feeling. ADT. Home, safe home.
I'm Jay Farner from Quicken Loans. The rate today on a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is 3.875%, APR 4.05%. But choosing the right mortgage lender means choosing more than just a rate. Does calling the company with 11 J.D. Power Awards for client service matter? Does calling the company that invented Rocket Mortgage, the industry's most innovative technology, matter? If working with America's #1 online lender matters to you, call Quicken Loans today at 800-QUICKEN or go to rocketmortgage.com.
Equal housing lender, NMLS number 3030.
Nakba, Arabic for disaster. Incredibly, David Myers, new Center for Jewish History president, calls the founding of the State of Israel Nakba, a total disaster. But David Myers wants his fellow Jews to be quiet. We won't. Myers supports targeted boycott of Israeli businesses. He's on the New Israel Fund Board, financing groups advocating boycott, divestment, and sanctions against Israel. Myers, J Street Advisory Council member. They malign Israel, calling Jews oppressors and occupiers. Myers says Israel's Old City of Jerusalem sovereignty is illegal. Tired of people like David Myers trashing Israel? Join us. Protest Myers' hiring as president of the Center for Jewish History, Wednesday, October 18th from 5 to 8 p.m. at 15 West 16th Street in Manhattan. Join Americans for a Safe Israel and jccwatch.org. Tell David Myers that he and those who support him are the true Nakba.
Stuck in traffic? We've got the answer.
Partly cloudy, 68 degrees in the city. What's going on? We have the answer. Checking traffic. Boy, it's busy out there. Police activity on the FDR Drive south and at 116th Street. The right lane is out. You're solid from the RFK Triborough Bridge on down. Delays on the Staten Island Expressway eastbound Slauson Avenue to across the Verrazano Bridge. Accidents in Queens on the LIE westbound at Maurice Avenue. Cross Island northbound at the LIE. Inbound George Washington Bridge, 25 for the upper, 15 at the lower. Inbound Lincoln, 30. Inbound Holland, about 30 from either approach. Bad accident in New Jersey, 15 southbound at Berkshire Valley Road. Delays on the New York State Thruway southbound from exit 13 right across the new Tappan Zee. And the crash on the LIE westbound at the Seaford Oyster Bay Expressways off onto the shoulder. Earlier accident on the westbound Southern State gone as well. Your forecast today, partly sunny and 80, 67 tonight. Wednesday, scattered showers and cooler. Wednesday's high 73 degrees. Now you know how not to go. I'm Susie Cerrone on AM 970. The Answer.
Good morning. Welcome to your Tuesday morning briefing. Here's what you need to know to start your day with your host, former Saturday Night Live superstar Joe Piscopo. Produced by Frank Morano with news guy Al Gattullo and traffic with Debbie Duhame. This is Piscopo in the morning on AM 970. The Answer.
Ehi compare, ci vuoi suonare? Chi si suona un friscaletto? E come si suona un friscaletto? Un friscaletto e tipiti tipiti ta. Ehi compare, ci vuoi suonare? Chi si suona un saxofona? E come si suona un saxofona? Tu un saxofona. Un friscaletto e tipiti tipiti ta.
Not enough Italian. You know, there's never enough Italian for me. And all the Italian, we get no respect. We never get what we need. So when I do the parade, or indeed if we're going to play a little Julius La Rosa, there's never enough Italian. I'm proud to be on the radio. Say it's Piscopo, Morano, Gattullo, vowels at the end of your name. We got Susie Cerrone with us. Never enough Italians. Why? Because we get no respect. Now I'll tell you what happens. I'm about to do Neil Cavuto after the parade yesterday. I'm about to go on Neil's show, and love Neil. He's just a great journalist. He really is a great broadcaster. So I go, okay. So what do I get? Neil's Columbus Day. Well, I got to get him cannolis. Don't I have to get him cannolis? That's what I generally do. 6 minutes after 7 o'clock with Joe on the radio. So I go, okay, I'll get Neil cannolis. So I call. Robert Zarelli from Venero's. You got to check out Venero's, right? Like, this is the place to go for pastries, right? And so I said, Robert, can you get something to Neil? We've done this before. Just send it over to Fox, and I'll get there. It's 4 o'clock in the 4 o'clock hour. I'll get there, and then I'll present the cannolis to Neil on the air because it's Columbus Day. Well, the cannolis never get there. So Robert goes, I'm sorry. I think they delivered it to Rosanna Scotto over at Channel 5, the local Fox as opposed to the network. So now I'm doing Tucker later, and now I put an APB out for the cannolis in Fox. I call the messenger. I got producers looking for Venero's cannolis at Fox. They go, well, no one could find the cannoli. I never found the cannolis. So I can't even get respect for the cannolis. The Italians. So I want to say, you know what? Leave the statue. Take the cannolis. You know what I mean? Just like, what am I going to do here? I couldn't believe it. I still don't know where they are. Only me.
Security's like, these are really good.
They're good. The crew was so funny over at Fox. And I meant to say something to Tucker on the air. I was going to say, Tucker, I got Neil Cavuto's cannolis for you. And I still don't know where they are. They must have gone in to the messenger. Some guys must have scoffed them, I guess, right?
Probably.
Anyway, so we'll get it. So I apologize to Mr. Cavuto for not.
But whoever has the cannolis, you're welcome.
Yeah, salute.
Right.
Salute.
Exactly.
So and it is about the Italian Americans. When we did Columbus Day yesterday, it is about the statue, and we talked about it with Neil, and then we talked about it with Tucker, and Tucker's been great. And you don't. It's not really about Christopher Columbus. It's about the Italian American community. You know, Chaz was brilliant on the air in that regard.
Right.
And Maria Bartiromo said it best. He was an explorer. And if you put it in today's terms, what Columbus did as an explorer was equal to going to the moon today.
Exactly.
It was simple as that. It was impossible. They thought they didn't know what was over there, what it was. And I'm so tired. So we have to grasp onto, as Italian Americans, whatever we can, because I am old enough to remember the severe prejudice. I heard the stories. I heard the stories of the lynchings in New Orleans. The largest mass lynching in American history is of Italian Americans. I know that. I think of when I go down and I talk to, like, the people who come into this country, new to this country. Like, I was down in Florida and we were campaigning for the president. And I went down and I went to the Cuban American community. And there were some older Cubans there with a thick Spanish accent. And I was riveted to these great American citizens, these legal immigrants from Cuba who fled the tyranny of Castro. And I heard in that accent my grandfather so clearly when I heard, because the Spanish and the Italian are so similar, and I heard them talk and how they learn the language, and I think of how hard my grandparents worked to learn the laws, the language, and become American. So that's what Columbus Day is all about. They're going to take the day away? They ain't going to take the day away. Not in New York, not on my watch. That statue's not coming down, and they're not going to take our heritage away. That's what they want to do. And I don't care if you're Jewish, you're Chinese, you're black, you're Spanish, whatever, Latino, whatever you are. Pakistani, Indian, whatever you are. I don't care. Indigenous, I don't care. We love you. We're all American. The Italians have one day, and in the name of my parents and my grandparents, we are going to keep that day, and so help me God, that statue's not coming down.
Two things. Cardinal Dolan said this yesterday, and I think it rings true. Keep the statue, because it not only reflects Columbus's accomplishments, but it should also reflect his sins. You know, the guy wasn't perfect, but he did discover America. He did open up the Western Hemisphere, for the rest of Europe. So you got to keep him and look at both sides of it, which I thought was very good. And here's the other thing. You mentioned the moon. You referenced the moon. What if we find out that, and Neil Armstrong, who has passed away, what if we found out that Neil Armstrong did something horrific in his life? Obviously, he didn't. We know that already. Yeah. But let's say something comes to life. We're sending a rocket to the moon to take the flag down because he was the first. I mean, it's ridiculous. If you want to have an Indigenous People Day, have an Indigenous People Day on another day. There are plenty of days in the calendar where you can have that. By the way, who are the biggest persecutors of the American Indians that were here?
United States government.
That's right. So, but we don't trash that. But let's trash the guy who discovered the Western Hemisphere and opened up the trade routes.
Right on the money, 7-11, baby. So, and this was Friday night. Where was I? Sunday night, wherever I was. Sunday night.
Disco.
Sunday night. It was a great night. I got to tell you. I go to the Mohegan Sun. Oh, excuse me. What is that? Oh yeah. It's a Native American tribe, the Mohegan tribe. And I was proud to be up there. And by the way, beautiful property. And Tommy Cantone up there and all the great folks at Mohegan Sun could not have been nicer. The crew was great. We had such a great time. Joe Causey was up there, by the way. He was Joe's great.
Joe's great.
And France Jolie and all France Jolie, she was like a disco queen back then. Sings better than ever. Excuse me.
Nice.
And it was so great to see everybody there. So here I am helping to raise money for Puerto Rico. It was a benefit to raise money for Puerto Rico with the Native Americans. And then Monday we're celebrating the Italians. It's all good. It's all America. Everybody's got to settle down. And who's got the time to tear down statues? I said it on Neil's show. If you have the time to tear down a statue, you have too much time on your hands. And if you're going to tear down a statue, go to California, help with the wildfires out there. Go comfort someone in Las Vegas. Go help out Puerto Rico. The energy that we spend on political correctness is wasting all of our time, what we could do in the name of good. If you've got the ignorance in your brain to kneel during the national anthem, forgive me. But if you've got the disrespect, and it's more really being ignorant and unaware, and you're going to kneel during the national anthem, stand the hell up and go to Vegas, go to Puerto Rico, help out the communities. Stop with all of this political statements, painting the statue red. It's a waste of time, and you're doing nothing to contribute to the greatest country in the world, the United States of America. It's a waste of time. We got to. Everybody's got. I'm calling it the way it is, baby. I'm calling it the way it is, and that's why when I went on the air and it was great because there was raining, and there was a kind of overcast yesterday. Manhattan. And so I get we get in our ear, we go, oh, wait, some of the parade is stalled. Some of the floats couldn't come in. So we got extra time. So I look at the camera. I look at Maria like, oh, we so got this because she's just a joy to me. Let it roll. And we had the best time on camera, just chatting on camera about our heritage, which celebrates the ethnicity of the United States of America, which is the foundation of the United States of America. The ethnicity, the people that come in here that can't speak the language. That's the strength of this country. But you can't just give it away. And then you can't just attack everybody and every little thing that you think is political. Oh, this is wrong. You can't do this. You can't do that. No. Let's join together as a country and be positive and build the country up instead of tearing it down, including the statues for crying out loud.
And Joe, those that support Columbus and Columbus Day, we're not saying that the guy was a perfect human being. We know he made mistakes. He made plenty of mistakes. He was not pure. I ask any of these people who are
handsome guy too.
Well, listen, that goes. My point is, name any of the. I didn't know you were around in 1492. What were you on the Santa Maria?
No, it is an inside joke, an Italian, and I should talk with a face like mine, the face for radio. I don't know what we're doing on TV, but they say Columbo wasn't the most handsome of men. So do we vilify him for that?
Well, he probably had a touch of scurvy.
I heard someplace, it might have been here yesterday, that there was no portrait done of Columbus during his life.
Yeah, well, there was a reason
That's
for that.
right. Well, probably.
Remember that?
So nobody actually knows what he looked like.
Yeah, but I mean, the point is,
it reminds me of Rickles, rest his soul, and this is so politically incorrect. Forgive me. This is Rickles, not me. Where he would go to the people up front,
right, in the dais.
No.
But in the front row.
They were in the front row, and he'd be on the stage, and he'd say to a guy, "Is that your wife?" And the guy would go, "Yeah." He'd go, "Ooh."
Yeah.
That was awful. It was awful. But maybe Christopher Columbus. No. So listen, you gotta admire the guy for what he did.
Right. The point is, he took a risk that nobody else was really willing to take, and tried to find a different route to America. And that's what we're celebrating. We're not celebrating what he did afterwards. We're celebrating that. If you really want to examine it, look at George Washington, look at Abraham Lincoln, look at Thomas Jefferson, look at our founding fathers. None of these people were perfect. Yet we have a birthday for George Washington, where there's a holiday every year. One for Abraham Lincoln. There are others that we celebrate. These people were not perfect. We're not saying he was perfect.
That's right.
Plain and simple.
We all have flaws, without
a doubt. Some more than others.
He who is without sin, throw the first stone,
right?
As Jesus himself said. Hey, Ivan Quinones is. Ivan, how are you, Ivan? I got your name right there. And Owen Buckley are doing the video. Guys, you're doing a great job, by the way. Can you shoot Ricky and Will too? Can we get those guys? You get those guys on camera again. Do we have access to?
I don't think we have a camera in there. So
Ricky always doing a great job. Yeah. Ricky, you're doing a great job. This kid, you're doing a great job, kid. And Will, I tell you. And Russ is standing by dutifully back there.
Only took Will 20 minutes to get the water across the street, but he's doing a good job.
Don't let him bust your chops.
Sorry.
And Russ,
we were going to send a search party, but decided against it.
Russ is standing by dutifully, and we're going to talk about the Yankees with Russ. We're going to go to Dr. Keith Abloh in a moment. Always look forward to talking with Keith, but I have to give a shout-out. When I went on that little plane, and forgive me if I talk about this a couple of times, because I still can't believe I went on that plane. If you look at...
I'm surprised you fit in that plane. I saw that picture. I was going, is that the Matchbox version?
How about a parachute on that plane?
I've seen those before. I've seen those because they're very small. I mean, what is it, 4 people?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're very small. So you gotta
I don't know why I didn't. Can I tell you a secret? I shouldn't say.
Did you ask him if he had a parachute for you?
No. I did ask him, "Am I going to get nauseous?" And so, Rich Rofe is his name, and Jeff Herskowitz was Jeff actually flew. Jeff Herskowitz was the pilot. So I
what
said,
did Rich do?
I said, "Am I gonna?" They were together. Jeff owned the plane. He just wanted a guy that did the IDF. They fly by
instrument
instrument thing there.
I know.
They're talking this language I didn't know.
I'm lucky I got a license and can drive.
I was just aware. I was afraid I was going to, excuse me, this early in the morning.
No, I got you.
It was 18 after 7.
I know where you're going.
I was going to get nauseous,
right.
And I was so afraid. So Mo took me to the airport out there, and I go, okay, all set. So I put my luggage on, and I said, Mo, should I take something for this? And so the pilot, no, never, Joe. It's going to be so great, so great. I took the Dramamine just in case.
Smart.
Just in case. And I wasn't, but I don't think I would have got sick. It was such a smooth plane, and I was so.
When he finally got it off the ground.
Do you believe? Only
See,
me.
I would be panicking after the first one when they're like, well, no,
if you weren't listening last hour, they take off as a little plane.
Right.
You got headphones on.
Right.
2 pilots. We're taking off, and no one's at the airport. It's a Sunday. We're on the way.
Well, somebody had to be at the airport.
No one. No one's at the airport. They had no towers. It was the boondocks. I'm telling you. So listen to this. And the cloud, level is really low.
Right.
I go, well, here it is. I'm going down. We lift off the ground, and I hear Jeff go, abort. And then he aborts the takeoff, because he didn't feel something wasn't right, which I always appreciate. So I go, I don't know why I didn't panic or scream. Oh my God,
what was flashing through your mind? He's yelling abort. I'd be like, get me off of here now.
For some reason, I don't know what it was.
Norton, get the bag. Let's go. We're out of here.
filled a car with gas and pointed toward Mexico. So he came down. He landed it beautifully. He goes, there was an instrumentation. I didn't have the power I wanted, whatever it was. We went around again and we took off. And it was a beautiful,
Like
beautiful.
you were on a glider or something.
It was like that.
Yeah.
And
How long did it take you to get there?
About 40 minutes tops.
Oh, nice.
Flew into like Mystic.
And then you flew back to Long Island and then drove from Long Island to the
Long
city.
Island was like under half an hour.
Oh, that's great.
They really saved me like 3 hours.
That's awesome.
4 hours like that, and it was relatively cost effective. And a big shout out to Joe Frangiali.
Except the fact that you almost had a heart attack on takeoff. I
did. Dr. Keith is standing by. Jackie, the joke man, Martling on the show. Peyton Taylor, this up and coming Nashville superstar, is going to join us. I call her superstar. Great gal. And Russ Salzberg live in the studio. And Susie Cerrone on the roads. I mean, does the show get better than this? Susie, how you doing this morning?
Good, Joe. Wow, it's a toss-up this morning between Queens and New Jersey. Which is busier out there? We'll start in Queens. Yep, it's an accident on the Cross Island northbound at the LIE, blocking a lane. If you're westbound, take your pick. It's really bad on the Grand Central and the LIE westbound. Still the accident on the LIE westbound at Maurice Avenue. Crash on the Grand Central westbound at Jewel Avenue. That one has 2 lanes out. FDR is southbound at 116th Street. You've got the right lane out. Big delays with that. Alternate side back in effect today. Inbound George Washington Bridge, 30 for the upper, 20 at the lower. Inbound Lincoln is 30. Inbound Holland, 30 from either approach. New Jersey, southbound 17, forget about it. Stick with the Parkway instead. You've got a crash on 17 southbound at Essex Street, 17 southbound at Terrace Avenue and Housebrook Heights. Delays on 78 eastbound into exit 48 with a crash. Accident on Route 3 eastbound at Park Avenue. Bad accident on 15 southbound at Berkshire Valley Road. Seeing some big delays with that. And then there's the New York State Thruway southbound. That is solid from just north of exit 13, right across the New Bridge into Westchester. Now you know how not to go. I'm Susie Cerrone on AM 970. The Answer.
Brought to you by Indeed.com. Are you hiring? Join the over 3 million businesses that use Indeed.com for hiring. You can post a job in minutes and manage your candidates from an easy-to-use dashboard. Post your next job on the world's #1 job site, Indeed.com.
From the Fox Business Network, American International Group, the company that insures insurance companies, says its losses from 3 hurricanes and the Mexico earthquakes could top $3 billion. AIG says the largest expenses are for Hurricane Harvey, as much as $1.2 billion. General Motors is buying Strobe. It's a company that makes laser sensors for self-driving cars. Strobe engineers will work with the General Motors Cruise Automation Unit. General Electric has been making management changes, but its decision to change executives has Wall Street concerned about its business. General Electric stock declined nearly 4% on Monday. Stocks closed lower yesterday. The Dow Jones Industrials lost 12 points, the Nasdaq was down 10, and the S&P was down 4. With the Fox Business Report, I'm Ginny Cosolo.
Most of us like to be out in the sun. That's why sunscreen and other safety measures are key to protecting your skin from aging and cancer. The FDA recommends using a sunscreen with an SPF of 15 or higher. Also, look for broad spectrum on the label. That means both harmful ultraviolet A and B rays are blocked. Remember, SPF plus broad spectrum equal healthy fun in the sun. Visit www.fda.gov/sunscreen for more information. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
Hi, it's Joe Piscopo. You may know me as a comic with a knack for punchlines, but today I have a serious message. Like me, you probably know a relative, a friend, or a coworker whose life has been upended by cancer. You yourself may be facing cancer like I did, but fighting cancer doesn't have to be done alone. At Trinitas Comprehensive Cancer Center in Elizabeth, dedicated and experienced oncologists and skilled nurses stand beside patients all the way, from diagnosis through treatment. The entire staff works together to devise the most effective range of treatment therapies for each and every patient. Cancer Care Navigators help patients manage all the physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of living with cancer. And in a caring, compassionate, and uplifting setting, Trinitas Comprehensive Cancer Center brings a comforting and targeted approach to cancer care. So take a moment to call the Trinitas Comprehensive Cancer Center at 908-994-8000 to get more information about cancer care delivered with the whole patient in mind. 908-994-8000.
New York's homeless crisis is out of control. City Hall doesn't support our men and women in uniform, and the days when you can get to work on time are a distant memory. We need to turn things around and quickly. I'm City Councilman Joe Borelli, and I'm running for re-election. I fight for the outer boroughs. I fight for Staten Island. As the listeners of this station know, City Hall is out of touch with what we stand for. If you don't want to see every aspect of city government dominated by liberal Democrats, make sure you vote for me on the Republican, Conservative, Independents, or Reform Party lines. Together, let's take on de Blasio and the Democrats. To learn more, visit josephborelli.com or find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Paid for by Borelli 2017.
If you're over the age of 50 and considering buying an annuity in the next 60 days, I have some important news for you. Don't buy an annuity if you have over $100,000 in available assets until you receive your customized Income for Life quote from next-gen annuity strategy pioneer J.D. Mellberg. These quotes use little-known strategies to show you how you may get up to 33% more income in retirement. Using J.D. Mellberg Financial's exclusive next-gen strategies, John, 58, will get $36,000 of guaranteed income per year from his retirement savings, and Mary, 62, over $9,000 per year. They'll never run out of money, no matter how long they live. So grab a pen right now, because we're about to offer you your free Income for Life quote using little-known strategies we believe you should know before buying an annuity. Call 800-847-8844 now to receive your free Income for Life quote with our exclusive next-gen annuity strategies from a J.D. Mellberg Insurance licensed agent. Call 800-847-8844. That's 800-847-8844. Increased income is possible following a specific strategy suited to your financial goals. Annuity guarantees rely on the financial strength of the insurance company. Hypothetical examples not available in all states. Results vary.
Oh, I want to talk that fast. Just one day I want to talk that fast. 726 with Piscopo in the morning on AM 970. The Answer. Hey, boxing returns to Barclays Center with a World Championship triple header on Saturday, October 14th. Erislandy Lara defends his WBA title against U.S. Olympian Terrell Gausha. Undefeated champion Jermell Charlo takes on top contender Erickson Lubin. This is going to be a great night. And undefeated Jarrett Hurd makes his first title defense against former champ Austin Trout. Tickets are available at the American Express box office outside of Section 1.
Michael Medved, coming up at 3 on AM 970. The Answer.
Good morning, Jersey Joe on the radio on AM 970, The Answer, AM970theanswer.com. We're streaming, we're YouTubing. I don't know what we are. You got to go to my Facebook page. You got to go to @JerseyJoePiscopo on Twitter, and then you could be able to just punch us right up, and you could watch us. Not why you would want to see these guys with faces for radio, I don't know, but you're more than welcome to join us on the video stream. 727, Keith Abloh is one of the top docs in the country, a brilliant psychiatrist, a great guy, and kind enough to join us this early in the morning. Dr. Keith Abloh, welcome back to the show, my friend. How are you?
I am well, my friend. How are you?
Good.
And thanks for the nice intro.
You know, you are the man. Because I always, me with all my personal problems, Keith, I'm just saying,
We're going to get them under control.
I got to come up and see you, man.
I got to see myself.
No. You know what? You're so down to earth the way you psychoanalyze somebody.
Thank you, buddy.
You're not like this elitist. You're not like an overeducated guy. And Lord knows you've had schooling and you're the top doc in psychiatry, but you just deal with it in a very, my favorite word, Keith, is pragmatic. Hey, and before I ask you about the crazy things that are happening in the world, Dr. Abloh, tell us about your new website. What's going on, man?
So we started Res Publica, which is spelled with a V. I know, Res Publica, if you will, but with a V.
Got it.
You can get to it from freedomeverywhere.com. It's news, it's opinion, and it's meant to be a place that is not politically correct. So you can say what you really think, and we say what we feel to be the truth about things. And we broke the news on this shooter that we thought, and I believe we had the answer in terms of what might afflict this guy. So freedomeverywhere.com.
I read something that you posted that was so brilliant, and it was about Vegas, and that's exactly right, and it was on that new website, which is great. Where can we go there? Because it was a brilliant article and easy to get to, and this is like a kind of an overview of everything in a common sense style. Yes, Keith?
It is. It's freedomeverywhere.com. It's so nice of you to be able to put the word out this way, Joe. And what we're doing is we're posting insights about news of the day that aren't politically correct. That's the central thesis, and we want it to grow and grow. We know it's a journey, but that's okay, and that's where I posted my theory on the shooter.
And this shooter, man, I tell you, Keith, I don't have patience with these guys. I know you deal with mental illness every day. I've had it. I'm done. This cockroach, I don't even mention his name on the air. You know, Keith, I don't even mention his name. But what you said, and you were the first one to get into this, and then we got some very interesting and great feedback on Twitter in that regard. He apparently he has a mental problem, and was he on some kind of drugs? But you're calling it before the police are calling it, man.
Well, you gave me the forum, so I came on your radio show, and I said, look, until proven otherwise, this fellow was suffering with something on the autism spectrum disorder, autistic spectrum disorder. Now, I mean no offense. This is what I mean by not being politically correct. Not trying to offend people who have a loved one with autism. Most are peaceful, loving people who are victimized by a terrible disorder. However, it turns out, Joe, 28%, one study showed, of people who kill more than 3 people suffer with a disorder on the autism spectrum. Now, that doesn't mean most people with autism hurt people. It means that of those who hurt multiple people, a lot seem disconnected, right, from feelings, from other people by a terrible disorder. Paddock, this guy, the shooter, you didn't want to say his name, sorry about that, the shooter. Let's call him that. Okay, he wears gloves when he drives. He loves numbers and algorithms. He doesn't like playing poker with other people. He likes playing video poker, and he moves close to Las Vegas to play it all the time. Does this sound familiar? Yes, it sounds like somebody with maybe Asperger's, the autism spectrum.
Wow, man. And that's amazing. So could he have done this himself? Why do I think, and not to be, figure out some conspiracy or anything, Keith, but the 2 windows were so separate. The weapons. I mean, could he have done it himself? I'm thinking he had help with this.
It's looking kind of strange. All those weapons up there, now they're changing the whole timeline of the crime, saying, well, wait, the security guard, he was shot long before, right, the actual shooting into the crowd. I don't know, but I'll tell you one conspiracy I do know about, Joe.
Yeah.
Everybody's getting paid from this guy while he suffers with a disorder. The brother's saying, well, he made me rich. And the girlfriend's having big deposits made into her account. And one of the wives before, she was married to another guy at the same time. So she's making bank. The shooter's sick. He's getting madder and madder and madder, cut off from all real emotion, I would say, by something on the autism spectrum disorder. And everybody's making bank.
Yeah.
They're all saying, well, why would we get this guy help? Even if they're saying it unconsciously, why get him help even though he's moaning in his sleep? He wins. Yeah. He gives us dough.
Keith, is there a red flag that we will ever see with this sickness?
Well, there is. I mean, there's so many red flags because these aren't subtle disorders. But guess what? We don't even talk to these people about this. I know people, and I've had them in my practice, and I ask them when they have this disorder, listen, it must be tough. You're seeing people get married. You're seeing people who can hold down gainful employment that's at a high level. What do you think and feel about this? Now, it's very tough for them to tap those feelings, but most often they're not even asked. We assume they are as though children. They're not. They're frustrated often, angrier and angrier adults. I mean to impugn no one, by the way, because I'm already getting, you can't believe it, the flood of emails saying, stop bullying people with it. I'm not bullying. I'm just saying there's a tiny minority of these folks who really should be screened for potential violence.
Yeah, of course, they're going after the guns. It's the guns, it's the guns,
Oh,
it's the
please.
guns.
The guns. Give me a break. Joe, look, this was a resourceful guy. He studied and studied and studied. You don't think he could have procured explosives and done terrible, terrible things with it?
Yeah, that's what they do now. This poor cop shot this in Texas Tech, this student. I mean, so you're thinking it's all a mental illness with these folks. The Democrats are saying take the guns away, but you're saying look for those red flags when somebody's mentally unstable like that. If you're close to somebody like that, again, you see something, say something, huh?
Yeah, get them help. Yeah. And look, don't be afraid
Yes.
to say, look, I'm not meaning to say that you would have had these thoughts, but please tell me if you do have thoughts of hurting yourself or someone else. Because you know what's strange? That empathy, that connectedness, when you ask, sometimes people will say, well, I have.
Yeah.
Right?
But you know what, Dr. Keith, before we let you go, man, just for a second, walk us through the mind of this terrible killer. I mean, what goes through to be able to unload that the caliber of weapons onto innocent people just at a concert? Keith, I mean, how demented.
Let me take you through that, okay? So imagine decades of feeling outside everything, not being able to figure out, why do people celebrate? Why do they gather in groups? What is this thing with music? Why is everyone dancing? Why am I not getting connected to people? They seem to take my money, but that's it. And when I'm on the floor of these casinos, they just interact with me in a very I can't connect with anyone at all. And for some reason, I've never had kids, and I don't relate to other people. I'm not hired to do anything. I'm alone here in this bubble. Numbers everywhere, algorithms. I hate everyone. I just wish everyone would die.
Wow.
There you go.
Wow.
Okay.
Keith, what's the website again, Dr. Abloh?
FreedomEverywhere.com.
We'll be there. And Keith, always appreciate you jumping. Fascinating. Scary, but fascinating. Keith, listen, hopefully when you come to New York, me, you, and Rock Positano, I'm just saying.
Let's go. Let's make it happen.
I would love that,
you,
Dr.
me,
Keith.
Rock, Charlie Finch, we'll all go.
Yes, I would love that. Thanks, Dr. Abloh. We love you, Keith. Thank you so much. Keith Abloh right there. He's a really foremost psychiatrist, a Fox News contributor, and an all-around great guy. Fascinating and scary. 877-970-2999. I've been so delinquent on the calls. I apologize for that. I want to get Al on the air with the local headline news. I want to get Russ Salzberg in the studio, man. We're going to check some traffic, but I'll go to those calls ASAP. Let's jump to Big Al right now. He has the headline news right here on AM 970, The Answer.
News, opinion, passion. This is AM 970, The Answer.
69 degrees at 7:36. I'm Al Gattulo with local news first. Here's what's going on. A New York City corrections officer is under arrest for leaving his kids in an unkempt apartment. Police say they were called to the man's East Harlem apartment by his 8-year-old boy. Authorities say the place very messy and the 2 guns were left unlocked in the apartment. Investigators say there was also a malnourished dog inside a cage. Officers arrested 48-year-old Ronald McDonough. It's unclear whether the children, the boy and a 4-year-old girl, are being cared for by the city or with relatives. A report says 4 New Jersey cities have advanced to the second round of consideration to serve as a site for a new Amazon headquarters. Newark, Jersey City, New Brunswick, and Camden are in the bidding and have been asked by the State Economic Development Authority to provide additional information, according to ROI&J. Amazon recently announced that it's seeking a location for a second headquarters and promised a $5 billion investment and up to 50,000 permanent jobs. In sports, on the ice, as you heard right here on AM 970, The Answer, the Islanders lost 3-2 at Barclays Center to the Blues in a shootout. They are 1-1-1 on the season. They open up a 4-game road trip in Anaheim tomorrow. Devils beat the Sabres 6-2. Yankees even their American League Division Series at 2, a 7-3 win over the Indians in Game 4 in the Bronx. Cleveland will host Game 5 tomorrow night. And we have the National League Division Series, Game 4, Nationals and Cubs in Chicago from Wrigley Field. It starts at 5:30, and you can listen to it right here on AM 970 The Answer. Sports is sponsored by Rawlings Sporting Goods, the finest in the field. Visit Rawlings.com and receive free shipping on orders of $125 and higher. Stuck in traffic? Susie Sarone's got the answer.
Partly cloudy, 67 in the city. What's going on? We have the answer. Way busy out there this Tuesday morning. We've got this accident still on the FDR southbound near 116th Street. That's in the right lane. Accident on the Grand Central westbound at Jewel Avenue blocks 2 lanes. You're backed up from the Nassau line. Delays on the LIE westbound from the Nassau line right through Queens as well. Accident on the Cross Island northbound at the LIE. Inbound George Washington Bridge, 30 for the upper 20 at the lower. Inbound Lincoln and Holland Tunnel each at 30 minutes apiece. Solid on 78 eastbound into exit 48 with a crash. Bad accident on 15 southbound at Berkshire Valley Road. Accident on 17 southbound at Essex Street, 17 southbound at Terrace Avenue. And the thruway southbound is slow from north of exit 13 right into Westchester. Your forecast today, partly sunny and warm with a high of 80 down to 67 tonight. Wednesday, cloudy and cooler, some scattered rain. Wednesday's high 73. Thursday, more rain and cooler. Thursday's high 66. Now you know how not to go. I'm Susie Cerrone on AM 970, The Answer.
Hey, it's Joe Piscopo on the radio. You heard me talking about spider crickets in my basement. They were so creepy to me. Well, a package arrived at my doorstep from Plug-in Pest Free. Well, I plugged in my Pest Free Pro, and now my pest problems are a thing of the past. The spider crickets are gone. It was that simple. Plug-in Pest Free is completely non-toxic, environmentally friendly, no fumes, no smell, no fuss, no mess. Plus, it's long-term and cost-effective. Forget about those expensive ongoing yearly chemical treatments. Your Plug-in Pest Free Pro has a one-time cost of only $249, saving you a ton of money. Visit GoPestFree.com. That's GoPestFree.com. Promo code Joe20 for 20% off and free shipping. GoPestFree.com. Promo code Joe20 before this offer expires. Don't spray and regret. Plug in and forget.
Nakba, Arabic for disaster. Incredibly, David Myers, new Center for Jewish History president, calls the founding of the State of Israel Nakba, a total disaster. But David Myers wants his fellow Jews to be quiet. We won't. Myers supports targeted boycott of Israeli businesses. He's on the New Israel Fund Board, financing groups advocating boycott, divestment, and sanctions against Israel. Myers, J Street Advisory Council member. They malign Israel, calling Jews oppressors and occupiers. Myers says Israel's Old City of Jerusalem sovereignty is illegal. Tired of people like David Myers trashing Israel? Join us. Protest Myers' hiring as president of the Center for Jewish History, Wednesday, October 18th from 5 to 8 p.m. at 15 West 16th Street in Manhattan. Join Americans for a Safe Israel and jccwatch.org. Tell David Myers that he and those who support him are the true Nakba.
We're not patronizing you, Russ.
Yeah, something's not kosher right off the top here, pal. Because listen, before we start, I got a little bone to pick. Yesterday was Columbus Day. I filled in several times. What, I couldn't be Rocco Salzberglio yesterday and get invited in because I didn't have a vowel or something.
So
and then I hear Columbus. Somebody calls in Columbus. Maybe he was Jewish. That was wrong. His cook on his ship, Mo, he was Jewish. Because Columbus said one day, "Yo, Mo, get me a bagel and a schmear."
I heard that Columbus was Jewish. Russ Salzberg coming up momentarily. Let me tell you, if I may, about Anthony's Coal Fire Pizza at 742. Anthony's Coal Fire Pizza is great. Now, it started back in 2002 in South Florida, right? So Anthony Bruno comes up to the Northeast, and now he's in Chicago even, and he comes with his family recipes, which I love. 800-degree coal ovens, giving that pizza a crisp, thin crust. Cauliflower pizza. That was the first thing I had with Louis Terminello, our sales chief. He said, "Joe, you got to check out Anthony's Coal Fire Pizza." So we went to Clifton, the Anthony Coal Fire Pizza over there. I had broccoli rabe, which was, I'm very picky about my broccoli rabe. You know that. And they had great broccoli rabe. They had this cauliflower pizza. Everything was fresh. They have no freezers, no fryers, no microwaves. Yet it's very, very hip. Big screen TVs, all these craft beers. Anthony's Coal Fire Pizza. Absolutely a place that you may want to try for lunch today. Look, I know you're thinking about it right now. Join Anthony's Coal Fire Club today to start earning rewards on eating the food you love. Just for signing up, you get a complimentary personal pizza, good for take-in or take-out. You could join online at acfp.com/rewards or visit a location near you, White Plains, all throughout the great state of New Jersey and Long Island as well. Fall is here, too. Fall is here. Yeah, look, stop by Anthony's for a pumpkin beer. How about that, Big Al? Plus, the month of October is National Pizza Month. We love it. Please visit acfp.com.
Everybody knows this guy. No, everybody knows he can do a radio show. Joe Piscopo. Mornings, 6 to 10 on AM 970. The Answer.
Now, Russ Salzberg's legendary sportscaster, a very, very dear friend. So he wasn't here. I thought he was here. Now, the Italians and the Jews get offended at virtually everything. You look at somebody the wrong way, the Italians. You look at me like that? I'm not talking to you
What
for
are
7
you
years.
looking at?
Yeah, what are you
What's
looking
going
at?
on?
What are you
Oh.
looking exactly? So I would be offended if I were you. Did you not get the call yesterday? You were more than welcome. You should have been here.
No, I got no call. I got nothing. I got I called up. They said it's the wrong day. Forget
Just
about
you were
it.
the wrong nationality.
Yeah, they
just
say,
wanted-
go to Temple, leave us alone.
They just wanted the Italians in the studio.
If you were Nordic, we would have had you in
Yeah,
because
no.
of Leif Erikson. there,
Idella
but, you know.
sent me a text. Russ, it's only because of the vowel. Otherwise, you'd be here.
Hey, I gotta say, from all of us, with all of our heart and everybody listening, happy birthday, Russ Salzberg. Happy birthday, man.
Thank you
Yeah,
very
baby.
much. Thank you. I appreciate
Happy
it.
birthday
You know why I
to
wanted
you.
You know why I wanted to come in
Happy
here?
birthday to you.
Now I'm
happy Russ Salzberg. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, pal.
You
Love
got
you,
it, baby.
buddy.
There it is.
And you know what? The reason I wanted to come in today, because I wanted to spend my birthday with somebody who was older than me.
Yeah.
even maybe a month or two, but that's why.
We got you a gift, pal.
Oh, very nice.
Is a price on the back?
Yeah, it is.
Ricky, thank you.
It's like $1.49, but thank you very much. It's just-
No,
you guys-
We
Price
spent
is right.
little expense.
Chocolates, not just chocolates from any place. Dwayne Reed chocolates.
And by the way, had this kid Joe, what's your last name?
Sibilia.
Sibilia, Italian?
Yeah, you better believe that.
How did this kid?
Why do you think I'm here?
With a kisser like this, I mean, you got to come from County Cork. And there's no
He's a
way.
hybrid.
He can't
hybrid.
be.
But there's some redhead Italians, northern Italian. That's where it comes
My
from.
mom's a redhead. She's Italian.
Yeah?
Not anymore. She's a little gray, but, you know, yeah, she was a redhead.
It does have an Irish look around, doesn't it? Yeah, I like the
think?
jacket. What's redder, his jacket or his hair?
Look at the Irish Russ Salzberg.
I'm waiting for a leprechaun.
You look good,
to
man.
bow.
What are you working out on me now?
Always
What are you
doing
what are you
my
working-
running,
look
doing
at-
this and that.
You are. You're a man.
Always.
I saw you on TV doing some Giants thing on Channel 5.
Yeah,
I
do
said,
my
look at this
Giant
guy.
stuff.
I tell you, you get old. You stick with me, man. You stick
Speaking
with me.
of getting
Oh,
old,
don't
take
go
a-
there.
take a
Don't
look
go.
at-
Russ,
Oh,
you are
what?
so
Come
you're so
on.
bad. You are
What?
so bad. I know where you're going.
No, the years haven't been kind to her. There's a picture on the front page of the news today of Melania and Ivana Trump.
You can't put the...
Melania looks like Snow White, and Ivana looks like Ma Barker. What?
Ma Barker. What kind of reference is that? The gangster Ma Barker?
Well,
Only
yeah.
you and I got that reference. Nobody else got that
Well,
reference.
you know what? Maybe James Cagney's mother in White Heat.
Oh! Top of the world, Ma.
Top of the world.
Good. Any other references?
I'll take care of you, Cody.
Any other
we date
1930 references you want to make right
Yeah,
now? We're
yeah,
doing the reruns.
Yeah. Well, listen, you're doing Sinatra. Why
So
not?
I want to talk to the Yankees, of course, but
Oh, my goodness.
I love Melania Trump. I think she is so classy, so wonderful. The fact that what was Donald's first wife's name? Ivana. So she made a crack like she was the first lady, and then Melania went after. Leave Melania alone. Melania's got that Jackie O kind of presence and great.
Well, what kind of presence does Ivana have?
Stop it! She's the mother
She
of the
looks like
children.
Grandma on the Beverly
There's a
Hillbillies.
creaking
He is
presence.
so bad.
The face ought to be on an iodine bottle.
I didn't even want to address that. I mean, and you mean with the cross?
Yeah, skull and bones.
Yeah, good. There's 7 people are getting what Russ and I are talking about. Even Joe Sibilia, the old soul, doesn't know what we're talking about. The Yankees.
How
man.
about the Yankees?
Huh?
How about that? Listen, never. Once they go down 0-2, I think they're dead in the water. Absolutely dead in the water.
Yeah.
And I have to tell you, if you weren't going to be on, I knew you had a busy day yesterday, I would have called you Sunday night because the way you always talk, about Rawlings and everything, Al, you have to get the play-by-play of Aaron Judge making the catch in Game 3. With the Rawlings glove, I'm thinking of you right away. The iconic glove. Now, in fairness, he has had an awful, awful series. Aaron is 1 for 15. He struck out 12 times, but the catch saves Game 3. Otherwise, there's no Game 4. And even though he struck out 4 times last night, he had the big hit in that inning. So, you know what? It goes to show you still plug away. But listen, to me, you go to Game 5, they're up against it to go beat Corey Kluber now, try and beat him twice. But, I mean, they knocked him out in the 3rd inning the last time. But you get to
home
this
field advantage, though, in Cleveland is big for Cleveland, right?
Yeah, but you know what? You get to this point in Game 5, it's a coin flip. And you know what? There's pressure now on the Indians.
Are they? When do they play? Tomorrow?
Tomorrow night.
Man, that's something else. But thanks to this kid, Aaron Judge. You know what? You know what really moved me? I was thinking about you when you were at the game when I was at the game with Mitchell. So I'm watching this, and the honor guard comes out. And then they do the national anthem.
Yeah, we were talking about
remember
it.
Remember that? Remember we talked about it? And then, it was just that moment. I just want to reiterate it. No one knelt down, Russ. No one knelt down. It was an Aaron Judge at 6'7", whatever heck he is, stand there. They got their hand over their heart. This is a classy team.
Well, listen, they're a classy team, but something happened in Game 3 that really, sickened me. When Joe Girardi comes out for the pregame and the fans are booing him
because of the call that he
I
made?
thought that was terrible.
Walk us through that because I've been so busy. There was a play, and then he didn't question the play.
Well, yeah, they say he should have challenged the play. You know what?
It was a hit off the bat. The knob
they
of the
said
bat?
Was it hit off the? There was a question he should have challenged the play, but. Everybody, you can nickel and dime on everything. I heard all these analysts and the fans and media and everybody, and I mentioned it to Al. Well, I saw Al at the football game the other day. You know what? They on that particular batter, Chad Green, who was on the mound, the count was 0-2, and he kept throwing him straight fastballs, and the guy kept fouling him off. And the more that happens, the advantage goes to the batter. Could you throw him a curveball? Stunad, can you throw him a curveball and maybe you'll strike him out and you would get to that point? But listen, do you think Joe Girardi, yes, he made a mistake. Did he make the mistake on purpose? Guy's been a manager for 10 years. You're going to boo him? I thought that was disgraceful. And that's the bad side.
Yeah, I missed that. I missed that. Well, that's tough. And Joe's doing a great job. What a classy guy. What a classy guy. I mean, and he stays very even-handed throughout the games and everything. So what's your call for tomorrow with the Yanks and the Indians?
Well, you want me to root for my heart or with my head?
No, with your head.
With my head, I got to go with the Indians. With my heart, go Yankees.
All right,
Take
man.
no prisoners.
Hey, happy birthday. You know what? I know. Did your family take you out already for your birthday? You remember we were going to get together? They're taking you out tonight, your family.
Yeah, we're doing a little this and a little
but
that.
Thanks for dropping in. It's your birthday. You think you'd be home, breakfast in bed. You come in all the way in here.
Breakfast in bed?
Yeah, it's your birthday.
I'm married 38 years. I ask her for breakfast in bed. She throws a pineapple.
You want me?
Why you? No, listen to me. Thank God my wife doesn't have a kisser like this. He's showing me Ivana. Are you kidding me? She could stop a train. I mean, come on.
Trains already get stopped here in the city.
You're the absolute worst.
What do you mean I'm the worst?
You're so politically incorrect.
Rocco Solsberglio to you
Okay,
next
you got
Columbus
it.
Day.
You got it, Russ. I love you, man. Happy birthday, my friend.
Love you, pal.
God bless
All
you.
right, we'll talk. Take care, guys.
Oh, Susie, help me out here.
I could listen to Russ talk all day. And happy birthday, Russ. I love Russ Salzberg.
We all do, Susie. How we doing out there this morning?
Oh, my gosh, it's busy out there. Well, first of all, some better news. FDR is southbound at 116th Street. Police activity gone from the right lane, Staten Island Expressway, eastbound near Clove Road. That accident being cleared. Alternate side, in fact, inbound George Washington Bridge, 45 for the upper, 30 at the lower. Inbound Lincoln, 35. Inbound Holland, about 30 from either approach. Accident on 17 southbound at Essex Street. Delays on 280 westbound into exit 6 with an accident on the shoulder. 78 eastbound is horrible. Exit 40 to 48 with an accident in the left lane. Still this bad crash. 15 southbound at Berkshire Valley Road. Volume delays on the Parkway northbound 145 to 151. It's horrible on 208 southbound into Route 4. Stick with 17 instead. That's how bad 208 is. And the thruway southbound is solid from just north of exit 13 right across the new Tappan Zee. Now you know how not to go. I'm Susie Cerrone on AM 970. The Answer.
Joe Walsh wants you to keep your eyes on the prize.
Every day, Donald Trump will do 7 good things and 7 stupid things. How about you just wake up every morning and understand that? Keep your eyes focused on the agenda. Build a wall. Keep illegals out of this country. Repeal Obamacare. Trump's agenda. Put America first. Look out for American jobs. The agenda is more important.
The Joe Walsh Radio Program. Weeknights at 9, right before Eric Metaxas at 11 on AM 970. The Answer. Are you looking for a radio show that gives you straight talk, common sense, and the facts? Are you looking for a media outlet which offers all points of view? If the answer is yes, then listen to the Cats Roundtable every Sunday morning starting at 8:30 right here on AM 970. The Answer. The Cats Roundtable is hosted by John Catsimatidis, a successful businessman who came to this country as an immigrant and built a multi-billion-dollar business empire. He's met presidents, world leaders, governors, mayors, congressmen, state legislators, and you'll hear them all on the Cats Roundtable. Republicans, Democrats, independents, conservatives, liberals, and everything else you can imagine. You won't just hear their take on the news. You'll hear them make the news, whether it's local, national news, or international news. You can read about it in the newspaper on Monday, but hear it first on the Cats Roundtable. Sunday mornings at 8:30, right after Morano in the Morning. Only on AM 970. The Answer.
Cowan's Public was born in 2015, but its historic roots stretch back into the 1930s. This Art Deco speakeasy in Nutley, New Jersey has its roots dating to just after the repeal of Prohibition. The main room features a curved Art Deco bar with custom stained glass, a roaring fireplace, and plenty of seating. Just the right setting to enjoy a seasonal cocktail, perhaps an Ella Fizz or an Alley Cat. If you're looking for an escape from the main bar, try the Nouveau Lounge with upholstered walls, restored tin ceiling, and deco chandeliers, great for families, small groups, and even private rentals. Cowan's Public has 16 rotational craft beers on draft, suited for all tastes. Cowan's uses local purveyors, focusing on the freshest ingredients. Try the Buffalo Chicken Poutine or the new Cowan's Burger, an 8-ounce coffee-rubbed burger topped with Vermont white cheddar, fried egg, and shoestring onion rings. Visit cowanspublic.com. The 1930s never looked so good. Cowan's Public, your local escape. And when in Clifton, visit the newly constructed Barrow House Bar and Restaurant.
We love it. The Barrow House is spectacular. You will love it, too, right there on Van Houten Avenue in Clifton, New Jersey. Good morning. Joe Piscopo on the radio. It's 5 minutes before 8 o'clock, 7:55. 7:55 right now on AM 970, The Answer. Gee, I see your phone calls. I apologize. Let me tell you about MyPillow right now, if I may. MyPillow, this comes to a great deal exclusively for you listening to AM 970. It comes to you from Mike Lindell, the inventor and creator of MyPillow. This is a great American, strong man of faith, and one of my dearest friends, Mike Lindell. Love Mike Lindell. So will you do this for Joey on the radio? Will you just go to MyPillow.com, please? Just go to MyPillow.com, use the promo code AM970, and you will get, this is what Mike has for you. You buy one premium MyPillow, get the second premium MyPillow for free. And whether you got problems sleeping, last night I was up, by the way, I'm in the hotel, this big Midtown hotel, and I'm not sleeping great. You know what? I didn't have my travel pillow with me. And I'm telling you, I did not sleep as good. When I have my MyPillow, I sleep like a baby. MyPillow is also backed by a 10-year warranty, 60-day money-back guarantee. And Mike Lindell wants to thank you for listening to AM 970. He's bringing back his best offer ever. Buy one MyPillow, get another one absolutely free. 800-651-0798. 800-651-0798. Use the promo code AM970 or go to MyPillow.com. 800-651-0798. Promo code AM970.
If it's happening in New York, New Jersey, or Long Island, hear about it with Joe Piscopo. Mornings 6 to 10 on AM 970. The Answer.
7:57 on AM 970. The Answer with Jersey Joe Piscopo. Joe Lumberg. Joe, I saw the pictures. I didn't get a chance to text you back. How was your run on Sunday?
It was hard. It was one of the hardest things I've ever done.
Was it uphill or something?
No, it was flat. It was flat, but it was humid.
Oh.
I mean, it was just, I couldn't breathe.
Yeah, now how long? It wasn't that long for you.
No, it was a 10-mile run.
It's a lot.
So I've done longer, but it just, I felt like I could never breathe. And I talked to some people afterwards, and they said the same thing. They said it was just so hard to breathe because it was so humid. There was no air.
Well, where were you, down south?
Down in D.C.
Yeah, it's always so humid down there, though, man.
But in October.
I know.
It's supposed to be like that in October.
Were
I
you
stepped under the Florida beaches or something.
Were you pleased with your finish time?
Oh, yeah. Considering the elements, yes, I was.
And they had military stuff overhead flying.
They did.
Oh,
it was great.
Joe, I'm just glad you're back safe and sound. You're home safe and sound, man. You are the marathon man. Joe, weather-wise, I like the heat. It's holding on here, Joe. How we looking?
Be sunny, warm today, about 80, then a little rain tomorrow, 72. A mix of sun and clouds. Cooler Thursday, about 65.
All right. Joe, you feeling all right, though? You sore?
I feel good.
You are the man, Joe Lumberg. Thank you, my friend. So Joe ran down to D.C. to run a 10-mile race. The guy's unbelievable. He texts me pictures. I didn't get a chance to text him back. He's like a marathon man, this guy. Hey, you know who's going to join us in the 8 o'clock hour? Jackie, the joke man Martling. And he promised he's going to keep it clean. And, Jackie from from Howard, and and Peyton Taylor on the show as well. And you at 877-970-2999.
News, opinion, passion. This is AM 970. The Answer.
66 degrees at 7:59. I'm Al Gattulo with local news first. Here's what's going on. Sparta police say a man is wanted for stealing $239,000 worth of rare comic books and fleeing to Italy. Cops say the theft took place July 10th, but the collector only recently discovered them missing. Police believe they were stolen by 64-year-old Francisco Bove of Brooklyn, a plumber who had been hired to do some work on the house over the summer. A warrant has been issued for his arrest and extradition back to the United States. New Jersey's bear hunt getting off to a slow start. Just 26 bears bagged yesterday on day one of the 6-day hunt. That's being blamed on heavy rain that kept many of the hunters home. Bear hunting permitted by license in Hunterdon, Morris, Sussex, and Warren counties, plus parts of Somerset, Mercer, Passaic, and Bergen counties. In sports, on the ice, as you heard right here on AM 970, The Answer, Islanders lost 3-2 at home to the Blues in a shootout. Devils beat the Sabres 6-2, Yankees over the Indians 7-3 in Game 4 of the ALDS. You now know what's going on. I'm Al Gattulo, AM 970, The Answer.
From the studios of AM 970, The Answer, on Broadway and Wall Street in Manhattan, this is WNYM, Hackensack, New Jersey, New York City.
Glass melted off cars, aluminum wheels turned to liquid. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's how hot the more than a dozen wildfires are raging in California's wine country.
It was 50 feet high maybe, and it was very intense. The heat, and just we knew when it was time to run.
At least 11 people have died, another 100 unaccounted for as the fires still burn.
Around Sonoma, around southern parts of Napa, now heading towards Solano County, which is Fairfield, an area actually where there's homes now being evacuated, and of course over in Santa Rosa.
Fox's Adam Housley in Napa's been trying to save his family's home, too.
Two of our neighbors' homes burned down. It burned across our yard. My dad and a couple of his friends, like my brother, basically were using water until the power went out. Then they just shoveled dirt and sand into buckets, got water out of the pool, did whatever they could to fight the fire. When we got here today, they were still smoldering areas, and at one point we were down in the creek with the shovels putting out flames that continue to kick up.
Now, 1,500 homes and businesses have been destroyed so far. A Texas Tech University police officer shot dead in his police station last night. The accused gunman, a 19-year-old student who is being questioned about drugs found in his room. Still no answer why in Las Vegas, but there's been a revision to what happened before Stephen Paddock's shooting spree. Fox's Tanya J. Powers has more live.
Dave, it was originally thought that Paddock started his crime spree with the mass shooting, but now Las Vegas Sheriff Joe Lombardo says Paddock shot security guard Jesus Campos 6 minutes before that massacre began.
What we have learned is Mr. Campos was encountered by the suspect prior to his shooting to the outside world.
Paddock had installed 3 cameras to monitor the hallway. He shot Campos through the door, spraying 200 shots down the hall and injuring the guard, who alerted other security officers, Dave.
Of course, 58 people were killed in the massacre, nearly 500 injured. Fox News, fair and balanced.
Home isn't just a place, it's a feeling that you're safe to enjoy the things that matter most. ADT lets you take that feeling with you. Whether you're at home, your business, or online, we help keep you safe. With security systems, home automation, alarms, and surveillance, so you can feel at home wherever you are. Go to ADT.com to get that feeling for less than $1 a day. ADT, home, safe home.
I'm Jay Farner from Quicken Loans. Choosing the right mortgage lender involves much more than just a rate. Quicken Loans has earned 11 J.D. Power Awards for client satisfaction. And we invented Rocket Mortgage, a simpler, hassle-free way to get a mortgage completely online. No one else has anything like it. So choose Quicken Loans, America's #1 online lender. Call Quicken Loans today at 800-QUICKEN or go to rocketmortgage.com. That's 800-QUICKEN.
Equal housing lender, NMLS number 3030.
The minute you sync your phone to a car's infotainment center, all your personal data is copied to that hard drive. That includes your contacts, emails, GPS locations, and text messages. All this data is then stored in the car's infotainment system's hard drive. Frightening but true. Protect yourself with ClearMyCarData.com. From the leaders in e-data destruction, Guardian Data Destruction, a pioneer in the e-data destruction industry serving Fortune 500 companies throughout the United States. ClearMyCarData.com will remove all your personal data stored in the vehicle's infotainment system, making it untraceable by the next driver or owner. Call 833-CAR-WIPE. That's 833-CAR-WIPE, or visit ClearMyCarData.com. That's ClearMyCarData.com, and get rid of your data before you get rid of that car. 833-CAR-WIPE or ClearMyCarData.com.
Stuck in traffic? We've got the answer.
Partly cloudy, 66 in the city. What's going on? We have the answer. Checking traffic, a busy one out there. Alternate side back in effect today. Accident on the Staten Island Expressway eastbound just past Clove Road. Take your pick westbound out of Queens. As busy on the Grand Central westbound as it is on the LIE. Inbound George Washington Bridge, 40 for the upper, 30 at the lower. Inbound Lincoln, 30. Inbound Holland, 30 as well. Accident still 17 southbound at Essex Street. Delays on 280 westbound near exit 6 with a crash on the shoulder. Delays on 78 eastbound, 40 to 48 with an accident. The Parkway northbound still slow, 145 through 151. That is all volume delays. In the New York State Thruway southbound is solid from north of exit 13 across the new Tappan Zee into Westchester. Your forecast today, partly sunny and warm with a high of 80 degrees down to 67 tonight. Wednesday, scattered showers and cooler. Wednesday's high 73. Thursday, more rain and 66. Now you know how not to go. I'm Susie Cerrone on AM 970. The Answer.
Good morning. Welcome to your Tuesday morning briefing. Here's what you need to know to start your day with your host, former Saturday Night Live superstar Joe Piscopo. Produced by Frank Morano with news guy Al Gottulo and traffic with Debbie Duhame. This is Piscopo in the morning on AM 970. The Answer.
You're nobody till somebody loves you. You're nobody till somebody cares. You may be king, you may possess the world and its gold, but gold won't bring you happiness when you're growing old. The world still is the same, you never change it.
Dino Paul Crocetti.
As sure as the stars shine above.
If you're younger, Google this man, Dean Martin.
You're nobody till somebody loves you. So find yourself somebody to love.
So I went on Fox and Friends on, when was it? Sunday morning. My goodness gracious, it was Sunday morning. They call it Saturday night. And, Fox and Friends, that early morning Fox lineup is like, a matter of fact, the whole Fox lineup now is blockbuster, and they're crushing any competition now. So Fox and Friends calls. It's Saturday night. I had to run down to Colts Neck, and I went to church down there. It's a whole nother story, but it was all good. I got everything all done. I had to go do some business, boom. And I come back and I get up early and I go to Fox Friends. And Ed Henry, my buddy's hosting. I love Ed. Ed's a good friend, a dear friend, and a great, great journalist. And then Abby Huntsman, who looks absolutely beautiful. She's about a month away from a baby. She looks spectacular. And then Dean Cain was there. Dean Cain, Superman. He was that morning team on Fox and Friends on Sunday with Ed and Abby and Dean was spectacular. They were so great. It looks so good. Dean was great. He's good. He's really good at this. Yes. So I'm going, wow, this is great. So then they said, Joe, the politics and late night comedy, everybody's being vicious toward Donald Trump. And they said, well, and now everybody's saying the wrong thing, and are they getting too vicious? And I said, yeah, but you can't cut comedy. But I said, use Jay Leno and Johnny Carson as the prototype of how to deal with comedy and politics, because they were the best. Leno wasn't Carson. So I looked at the camera. I said, you can Google Jay Leno, because it's a younger audience. Google or Johnny Carson. As a matter of fact, Google Joe Piscopo, because that's who I would be. So
you got to check know Jay Leno.
No. You have no idea.
Really?
My kids won't have no idea who Jay Leno is. It's like, boom. It's like that.
Wow.
And Johnny Carson, 30 years on the air, the monument of comedy that Carson was. The second that he gets a crawl on CNN, a crawl on Fox News, Boom, that's the end of it. Only guys like Sibilia, Joey
Well, that's
Sibilia,
true.
Joey Old School.
Absolutely.
Joey
Well, you
Old School.
made the Johnny Carson best of tapes. He picked his favorite moments himself. He
did.
And you made the tape with David Letterman.
Yeah, that was the best. That was a
Dean
thrill.
Cain's great, though. He's a big-time conservative. And plays Supergirl's father on the Supergirl show on the CW.
You're right. And I said to him, next to him, I said, good thing you're not in shape. I looked at him, this guy, he's in great shape, this guy.
He plays a recurring character. He's not on all the time.
So that was really, really great to do. And it was just a wild weekend in that regard. Right. And again, a big shout out at 8:08. Jackie the Joke Man Martling, the legend, is going to be with us momentarily live on the air. And also Peyton Taylor next hour. You know Miss Peyton? She's a young, up-and-coming country star, right, from Nashville. Italian Jersey girl. I'm just saying. And a shout out to Radio Bill, my buddy in New Jersey, for introducing me to Peyton. What a nice kid she is. Her father was a Philadelphia cop, a great history in this area, and just ripping it up down there in Nashville. But a big shout out to the Italian Tribune and Buddy Fortunato and all the good folks at the Italian Tribune newspaper. There was a guy who started, it was Ace Alanga, and Ace was like a legend. They used to have a Columbus Day Parade on Bloomfield Avenue, right down Bloomfield Avenue, and then I was there, Pesci was there, the old man went there, he had Bob Hope, everybody was anybody. And they asked me, and I saw a picture of me, Joey was like 8, Kimberly was like, the former babysitter right there.
The former babysitter. I like that. I like how you refer to her as that. How's the plow guy?
But we did.
Still wheeling that cooler?
Please. Everything's. Listen, all I know is it was a great night, and my mother was there, and we had the best time. And if you were there and you're listening, thank you. Because, Al, I'm telling you, they know everything about us, like the family. Joey, I listen
They don't know
every
everything
morning.
about me.
Yeah, they do. They know everything.
No,
they love Al. They love Frankie Five Boroughs. It's all great. And thank you. So
Frank should spend this time on his vacation. He was listening on his girlfriend's phone, or excuse me, longtime companion's phone yesterday while he's on an island somewhere in the ocean. I mean, get off the phone. Get off the phone and enjoy your vacation. He goes, we're taking segways and going around the island. I hope he crashed. I mean, really. You're on vacation.
Wait. Morano's on a Segway?
A Segway.
Oh, he's got to send the
You
picture.
know he's going to buy one of those and start using it to come to work. He'll have a helmet on with a lamp, in the middle of the night riding down the highway because he's out of his mind.
Jerry's been holding. I apologize, Jerry, for holding. It's been a crazy morning. What is on your mind this morning? And a good morning to you, my friend.
Oh, good morning, Joe. Great job yesterday. You did it. You brought home the bacon. You left it all on the field yesterday, Joe.
Thank you, brother.
And even if it rained, I don't care. But you can't rain on our parade, Go, Louisiana, go, Louisiana, go, Louisiana, go.
Yeah, it was thank you. It's Jerry, thank you. We appreciate that. It was so much fun with the Columbus Day Parade. Thank you for watching. Millions of people watch that. And I keep saying this because you get spoiled if you're from New York or Jersey, right, in the number one city in the world, New York. When they do a local production like ABC, no other city does that. This is like a major network production, what ABC did yesterday. A big shout out to everybody at ABC7 and my buddy Kenny Rosado. What a great job he did. He speaks fluent Italian. Then it was funny, I said this earlier, my favorite moment, 11 after 8, we're going to Jackie in a second. My favorite moment is that Aaron was Maria Bartiromo, who is one of the most accomplished journalists. I mean, she could go to a G7 summit, and she could talk to world leaders. I have to tell you, I've seen this too. When we go down to National Italian American Foundation, all the world leaders that are there, they all want to meet who? Maria Bartiromo. Right. They go to Maria first. She's so respected, and there I am, and we're at home. We're in New York, and we're talking, and the parade slowed down because it was rated. So they said, "What are we gonna do?" I went, "Hey, just give us the camera, man." Maria and I had such a good time talking, and then Kenny came in. It was just like a talk show. It was like a talk show yesterday.
Nice to see Mayor de Blasio get booed yesterday by a lot of people.
They must have not shown that because I missed it.
Well, here's the difference. Governor Cuomo, who you guys interviewed yesterday,
he was great yesterday.
Came out forthright, right away.
He was
the
great.
Statue needs to stay.
And stay on your thought, Al. Don't. I'm so sorry, but I have to say because I know we have people listen for 15 minutes. When Maria went there, she goes, the elephant in the room is, do you take the statue down? She went right for it. I was instructed not to do anything political, and I had listened to the Columbus Citizens Foundation, but even more so it came from the television producers, and I said, absolutely, I'm not going to say anything. Maria went with the governor. Andrew Cuomo was the best I've seen him in the booth with Maria Bartiromo and I yesterday.
Well, he's looking to run for president.
But I'll tell you what, he showed up. He showed up and he said all the right things.
But at least the governor made the statement weeks ago, the statue should stay. De Blasio is still hedging his bet.
I can't stand
He's
that.
trying
You're
not
right.
to
You're
annoy
right. You're right.
whatever base
You're
it
right.
is that he thinks is going to vote for him.
You're right.
When he already has a commanding lead in the polls, he has this stupid commission that's going to convene today to decide what statues are staying up and what aren't. Make a decision one way or another, Mr. Mayor. It either stays up, either you want it to stay up or you want it to come down. But the fact that he's hedged his bet is the reason why these people are booing him.
So then I hear the statue stays, De Blasio goes. The statue
I like that.
stays, De Blasio goes.
That's good.
Who do you think it is? Bo Dietl. It's Bo in the parade.
That's great.
He's got a group of people, and I'm going. Of course, he starts this chant, and then we can't just put up anybody in the booth. So Bo came up, and I felt bad because I was going to say, Bo, jump on the air. It's not that.
No.
They have a whole, it's
Right.
television. It's a whole, not like here we could just kind of
And
wing
it's
it.
live. You don't know what Bo's going to do there on the TV or whatever. You got to be.
Well, and it wasn't
you gotta be
politics.
looking-
Nicole
right.
wasn't there.
Right.
Sal Albanese wasn't there.
Right.
The mayor didn't come in. It
It's
wasn't
about celebrating the Italian-American heritage.
That's
It's
right.
not about a political agenda.
So I felt bad, and then my buddy Mo, I want to say, hey, Bo, sit down, but you can't because of equal time laws and that sort of thing. But he was all right. He was working it. He was absolutely working it.
Well, he's in the debate tonight with Nicole and with Mayor de Blasio to be on New York One tonight, which is, again, it's a shame that it's only going to be on a cable service, and if you don't have cable, you're not going to be able to watch it. The governor's debate for New Jersey will be on ABC 7 tonight. I believe that starts at 7 o'clock with Kim Guadagno, the lieutenant governor, going up against Phil Murphy.
Again,
So that will be
I
interesting
didn't get any
to
invite.
see what
I
happens.
didn't get invited. Did
Oh,
you
why
get
would you get No, invited. Yeah, watch it on TV and ABC 7 at 7 o'clock.
That's what I'll be doing.
Well, she's got an uphill battle, the lieutenant governor. But if you look at the polls, it looks like 14 points. She's kind of, making the difference. But we're under a month to the election. Yeah. People still don't. Almost half of the voters that are registered in the state of New Jersey on both sides do not know who either of the candidates are. That is a big problem. For Kim, it's a big problem. For Phil, he seems to be spending a tremendous amount of money, and still he gets no name recognition either. And I have a feeling that it's almost going to be a fait accompli that people are just going to vote for Murphy because they want somebody other than a Republican, when clearly the lieutenant governor is not on the side of Chris Christie.
Yeah.
She is, opposed him in a number of things that he is doing in the end. She's got some good ideas. And at least, the one thing I will say about Phil Murphy, at least he's being honest when he says, I'm going to raise your taxes. But that's not why I'm going to vote for him, because I'm not voting for him. You're raising my taxes? You're not getting my vote. I'm sorry.
And it's a sanctuary city.
Right.
Steve Adubato did a great interview. By the way, Steve's on our show tomorrow.
Tomorrow, because
Great.
we have the special airing tomorrow night.
Yeah, you don't want to miss that.
Right.
Steve did absolutely crushed it in the interview with Phil Murphy. It's a beautiful
Correct.
interview. Very, very. And I want to go to the Yankee game. I'm exhausted. I got to go to sleep. I really stayed. Steve did such a great job with Phil Murphy. I couldn't take my eyes off. And it was telling. And by the way, I talk to you when you're listening. I talk to you because you listen, and I tell you everything. Someone said to me, hey, reach out to Phil Murphy because, Joe, you should reach out because he wants to talk to you. So I make the call. They never call back. These people never call
them.
back. They never.
No, seriously.
It's like, but
Seriously.
Kim comes on the show. She's
Right.
nice. She's gracious. We talk. She texts us.
Forget him.
What's that? What is
Forget
that?
him.
What is that? And
Done.
then you're going to be, and then
Dead
I'm
to me.
watching.
Dead to me. That's it.
That's the way Al
When they
deals with
call
his
now,
sister,
when they
his
call
sister.
now, when they call now, well, we want to come on. No, now you just can't leave. Sorry. Can't come on.
Hey, Chad.
Go find another radio station.
Jackie, the joke man, Martley, coming up momentarily. It's 8:17 with Piscopo in the morning, 877-970-2999. This is upsetting. Now, police on Monday, this is kind of an update. You heard it on Fox News on the hour. Said that this creepy cockroach slug loser, poor excuse, satanic, I'm just watching my language, this killer in Vegas, shot a hotel security guard 6 minutes before he began shooting concert goers from his hotel room at the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino. Did you hear this? How striking change from an earlier police timeline of events. Authorities said that security guard Jesus Campos had approached Paddock. I see I slipped his room. I don't even want to mention this guy. So they approached his room as the shooting was underway, diverting the gunman's attention. Police had said that after this guy shot at Campos, after the killer shot at Campos through the door, the gunman didn't fire any more shots. What? I'm so confused. This is a mess. I'm sorry. Now, Joseph Lombardo's doing a great job. He's the Clark County Sheriff. Great job. He said that Campos was shot in the leg at 9:59 p.m. on October 1st. Campos had been investigating an alarm that went off in another room on the same floor, signaling that a door had been left open. At 10:05, follow me on this, this creep killer, 64-year-old angry white guy, I guess, I don't know, began firing into the crowd at the Route 91 Harvest Festival. He continued firing for about 9 to 11 minutes. Final shots were fired at 10:15. So that means, Joe, help me out here, Joe Sibilia. That means that the security guard, what they're saying, was shot before he went on the rampage. Is that what we're reading here?
It was, according to CNN, the Las Vegas gunman shot the security guard 6 minutes before the massacre.
6 minutes is a long time. They couldn't stop this
well,
guy.
They probably didn't know that the guy was shot.
This is so unsettling.
This was very calculated. But again, I know we're talking about this theory that he may have had help or whatever. The fact that we're well over a week past what happened and we don't have any information tells me this guy was meticulous in his planning and knew a lot of things that was going on. I think the other part of the story was, didn't he screw the door shut so that they couldn't get in easy and whatever? This guy had this plan well thought out.
They should have all of this red flags. If he's shooting a security guard, forgive me if I'm wrong, forgive me if I'm getting it wrong. They should shoot a security guard 6 minutes before you hear the bullet.
He would have disabled the cameras. But it could have had a silencer. Maybe nobody was listening. Maybe the music was drowning things out. There are a lot of variables here.
Inexcusable. Hey, there's fires. How are these fires doing, Albert, down in California? That is awful. 10 people died from these fires.
10 people died from those fires. There's also up in Napa Valley as well. Actually, I have to check in with a friend of mine. He's in Sonoma. I'm going to find out if he's okay as well. This is a pretty serious situation now. You know, no rain, and these fires are creeping up very quickly. It's a dangerous situation.
My boy's up there touring as well. Doing his video production.
Gavin DeGraw, right?
Well, he's up there. Yep. And let me call Joey, make sure he's all right, because I worry about it. And also, I don't want to lose sight. Before we go to Jackie, we're gonna have some fun with Jay. There was a Texas Tech cop shot, and may his soul rest in peace. Terrible. And we'll break that all down for you. But the Texas Tech student has been accused of shooting and killing an officer at the police station on campus. So our hearts go out, But we want to lighten it up for you a little bit and bring Jackie on. And if you want to call 877-970-2999, you are always part of the soiree. Piscopo in the morning. Al Gattulo is here. Joey Sibilia is producing. And Susie Cerrone, another Italian we love. Not enough Italian, Susie. We love you, girl.
Oh, thanks, Joe. Right back at you.
How we doing this morning, dare I ask?
Boy, a busy morning out there. Here's one. A stalled car on the Belt Parkway westbound near Cross Bay Boulevard. That has one lane out. It's solid from Francis Lewis Boulevard. If you're westbound through Queens, take your pick. It's as busy on the Grand Central westbound as it is on the LIE. The accident on the Staten Island Expressway eastbound near Clove Road, just about out of there. Alternate side back in effect. Inbound George Washington Bridge, about 35 for the upper, 25 at the lower. The inbound Lincoln's about 35. Inbound Holland, about 35 from either approach. Accident in New Jersey, 46 eastbound near Notch Road. That has one lane out. Look at this on the Parkway northbound. It's a little slow from 83 to 91, 129 to 137, and then the Parkway northbound is volume delays 144 to 151. Accident on 287 northbound north of exit 10. You're backed up from the Turnpike. 78 eastbound Harble into exit 48 with an accident being cleared. And the New York State Thruway southbound is slow from north of exit 13 for the Palisades Parkway right into Westchester. Now you know how not to go. I'm Susie Cerrone on AM 970, The Answer.
We all know the secret to the best Italian food is the sauce, and no one has sauce as good as Michael's of Brooklyn. Their sauce is made from scratch, using only the best ingredients. But don't take our word for it. Stop at any of your local supermarkets and pick up a jar, or listen to the Joe Piscopo Morning Show every Wednesday for a chance to win a whole case of Michael's delicious, authentic, and fresh sauce. You can also enter online at am970theanswer.com. That's am970theanswer.com. Good luck. Nakba, Arabic for disaster. Incredibly, David Myers, new Center for Jewish History president, calls the founding of the State of Israel Nakba, a total disaster. But David Myers wants his fellow Jews to be quiet. We won't. Myers supports targeted boycott of Israeli businesses. He's on the New Israel Fund Board, financing groups advocating boycott, divestment, and sanctions against Israel. Myers, J Street Advisory Council member. They malign Israel, calling Jews oppressors and occupiers. Myers says Israel's old city of Jerusalem sovereignty is illegal. Tired of people like David Myers trashing Israel? Join us. Protest Myers' hiring as president of the Center for Jewish History, Wednesday, October 18th from 5 to 8 p.m. at 15 West 16th Street in Manhattan. Join Americans for a Safe Israel and jccwatch.org. Tell David Myers that he and those who support him are the true Nakba.
Hi, I'm Phil Van Horn, Chairman and CEO of Blue Rock Energy, the premier natural gas and electricity supplier across the Northeast. We serve residential and business customers in all 5 boroughs and across New York State, from the Buffalo Bills to the Brooklyn Nets. Stop wasteful spending on your natural gas and electricity supply. Think that your energy costs are 20 to 30% of your total operating expenses. Switch to Blue Rock Energy for a customized solution for your energy needs. Save money on your natural gas and electricity bills with Blue Rock Energy. Blue Rock Energy consultants can help you develop a plan for your business for budget certainty while lowering your natural gas and electricity costs. Stop, think, switch and save with Blue Rock Energy. Find us on Facebook or call us at 877-280-4909. BlueRockEnergy.com. That's 877-280-4909. 877-280-4909.
Phil Van Horn. He's going to be at our business breakfast, by the way, on October 19th. You go to am970theanswer.com. Check out. You want to meet Phil there. Let me tell you about Rawlings. Jackie's coming up momentarily, 8:24 with Piscopo in the morning. Rawlings is the iconic name in baseball for more than 130 years, right? The Gold Glove Company, the finest in the field. You look at Aaron Judge, excuse me, Yankee fan or not, Aaron making that spectacular catch, and did you see the red Rawlings, the iconic red Rawlings patch on your glove? If it's good enough for Aaron Judge, it's good enough for you, it's good enough for your kids. Because Rawlings is the official helmet in baseball of countless organizations, including Major League and Minor League Baseball, NC2A, just about every youth league, from their world-famous Heart of the High gloves, which you can order online. If you go to Rawlings.com, by the way, you can customize your gloves for your kid. It's the best thing in the world. I've done it. Plus, they got this Velo backpack where you can put the bats right in the backpack. Rawlings makes the very best gear for those in Little League all the way to the big leagues. You're going to love it. And I'm proud to tell you I'm the master of ceremonies at the Gold Glove Awards, November 10th. Jackie, you know, I don't know if you were there. You might have been there one year. I tell you, this is the greatest event, and I'm the humble master of ceremonies and proud to be part of the family that is Rawlings. Please check it out. You got to go to Rawlings.com. That's Rawlings.com.
Joe Walsh, coming up tonight at 9 on AM 970. The Answer.
Man, I get deja vu right here, baby. I've been thinking of Howard 100 years ago. I had the babysitter with me, and Jackie took no prisoners.
I still tell stories of you, Piscopo. We're in a first-class cabin flying to Los Angeles, and we're all eating like pigs and drinking and being crazy, and you're sitting there with your wife, your girlfriend, whatever she was at the time, and you guys ordered a steak, and you ordered ice cream with whipped cream and chocolate syrup and everything, and you guys were on a diet, so you were cutting into the steak and smelling it, and then taking the ice cream and smelling it, and taking the whipped. I said, what are you doing? You weren't eating it. You were taking sniffs of it. I said, this guy,
Howard told that story not too long ago.
Really?
Yes, he told the story. It's funny you remember that because we were working out. I was doing something for GNC.
I think it was called the stupid diet.
Yeah, and I would do this because I talked to Stallone, and I went to Sly. I said, Sly, how do you stay so ripped? And he goes like this, Jackie. He goes, fish and rice. Fish and rice. It was like, I said, oh, I get it. So it's all diet, right? So I'm going to go diet. So I went diet. Now I'm going to be like tough guy. I'm going to be a tough guy. And this is, by the way, under the career title of What Was I Thinking, right?
I got a few of those.
You know, So we would put the ice cream in front of us. I would watch the sundae melt. We wouldn't touch a bite. But they were paying me kind of to stay in shape.
I wanted to dump it on your head. So, you know, everybody asked me. I got this book out, okay?
Yeah, come on.
I got this book out. The Joke Man, Bow to Stern. And everybody,
beautiful.
The first thing people ask you is your family funny? Do you come from funny? And you knew at some point my parents had to meet Howard, right? And very, very early on,
Lord.
the whole gang came out to my house for a 4th of July party. My parents are sitting out in the back.
Gary was there, Fred, the whole team?
Gary, Fred, Robin, right on down, and Howard, everybody. And I said, come on, you got to meet my old man. And to this day, he died without me ever asking him. I don't know whether he said this off the top of his head or whether he had it in his holster waiting. But I walked Howard back to my father, and I said, Howard, this is my father. Pop, this is Howard. My father reaches out to shake his hand and says, so nice to meet you, Mr. Cosell. I I swear, and Howard looks at me and goes, "That's your father, all right."
That
You
is
could not
great.
make that up.
I know. Oh man, but you were. You know, people don't know. They know Howard on the air. Howard off the air is a mensch, a regular guy, down to earth, very, very warm, very grounded, and and you guys always got along. But you were a mainstay early on. And you know what I remember? I swear to God, correct me if I'm wrong. He did a Channel 5 show. Look at him digging in my brain now.
Wow, nobody knows
Leslie
about
West.
that. Yes.
Leslie West was on the show.
Leslie West was
Mountain.
the band leader. Steve Rossi was the announcer.
Oh
of
my
Alan
God!
and Rossi.
Oh my God! You're right. And then you literally stayed under the desk,
and
handed
passing
Howard,
notes.
handing Howard all the jokes.
I didn't even put that in the book because that is not believable.
Yeah. I remember. I said, "Where's Jack?" I didn't know. And you really, because we
I
didn't
was
have
literally
texting.
under the desk.
No, we didn't have texting. There was nothing communicating. Boom, and you would get Howard all the material.
Handing it up. Oh,
So
God.
when you left, it was all on good terms. You just wanted to say,
Yeah,
'cause
I just
these
wa-
hours are
I
nuts,
wanted
Jackie.
more money. Listen, you told me before you've been doing 4 years. I did it 15. We went to mornings, and after 2 or 3 days, I was cross-eyed. And Dave Herman, who had a sad ending, and he's gone.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Dave Herman had been the morning man on WNEW for 25 years.
Right.
And I saw him in the hallway on about the third day, and I grabbed him and I said, "Herman, I don't know what I'm going to do. When will I get used to this?" And he got this stupid smile on his face and looked at me and he said, "You'll never get used to
to
it."
it.
Well, you couldn't lie to me and say, give it a week, you'll be fine.
They say it's unforgiving, the morning hours. That's so crazy.
To this
baby.
day, I laugh at my alarm clock. So you brought up Dean Cain.
Yeah.
The Stern movie became #1. We're out in Los
You love
Angeles.
this guy, Al. See the best, Jackie the best. Look at him rolling
We're
like
out
this.
there
man.
for the
Love it.
biggest premiere. We're #1 in the country. We're at the Sky Bar, and it's me and Stuttering John and Gary are hanging in the Sky Bar with George Clooney, John Stamos, and Dean Cain.
Wow.
And they're as excited to be with us as we ought to be with them,
sure?
and it's unbelievable. So after we're drinking and fooling around while Dean Cain and Clooney make their way over to the top of the stairs at the Sky Bar, kind of to herald in all the beautiful girls that are coming up the stairs, and they're hitting on him. And Stamos looks over and he turns to me and John and Gary and goes, "Look at those poor broads. They can't make up their minds. Superman or Batman? Superman or Batman?" Where else? I said, "Man, am I in Hollywood? Holy mackerel, Superman!" I told that story to Dean Cain a couple of years ago. He went wild.
You know, and it was interesting to see because I was part of that too, the Howard history early on, and you really started it all. So you were the foundation of Howard Stern. I think Howard would acknowledge that.
I helped.
No, you were right there. Then he makes the transition to films. And see, I knew because I knew he was a mensch of a guy. And don't forget, when he was on NBC, you weren't with him when he was on NBC.
I was on 1 day a week at NBC.
When he came from Washington.
From D.C., after he had been here a couple of months, I had
Yeah.
sent him my records. So I was on 1 day a week for free for 3 years.
Oh, my gosh,
Finagling
man.
my way in and, passing a few notes here and there and making myself.
But when I met him, Jackie, with Howard, and forgive me, you got to, it's like your history. It's like when they asked me about Saturday Night Live.
Joe, you're 79,000 years old.
I know, but I remember we got an in-house memo from NBC. We have a new radio announcer, Howard Stern. He would like to have any cast member come down. So the show set up at NBC. So I look at this. I go, well, Howard said, I heard about this. Like, I'm a radio geek,
Right.
So I go, let me go down. I'm the only guy that got. Eddie wasn't going to do it.
Right,
no
right,
one
right,
else was going to do it. And I had such a good time with Howard, busting chops. He wrote the book.
So you're glad you went?
Man, it was great. And then the whole Kimberly thing and everything. You got to and Fred doing my impression of me singing Kimberly. Come on,
I got
come on.
a text Fred.
Come on.
Kimberly! Oh my God! Oh, just so much fun.
But you were really built that foundation. So now you got this book. Do you talk about Howard honestly?
That, yeah. Well, the first say 30% is just me, and then 70% is like stories like the Dean Cain story. And the Cosell story. It's Howard Stern stories, but stories about me. And it's everything. And the great thing is it's a time capsule because everybody that was huge fans of the show, as they're reading it chronologically, I know where I was when the E! Show happened. I know where I was when that book came out. So everybody can spin off. So and the reaction I'm getting is just great. But the hell with the book. I got to tell you a joke. So a guy takes his wife to the therapist.
Oh no, got your finger on the button
and
now.
the wife says, "I'm just not happy." And the therapist undresses her and puts her on the floor and has sex with her.
Oh,
He turns to the husband and says, "She needs that 3 times a week. Can you make that happen?" He says, "Well, I can bring him Monday and Wednesday, but Friday I play golf.
Right. We are so appropriate. I said with Jackie coming on the show because you could still walk the line and you're working every night, by the way.
Oh, not every night, but I'm working a lot. My friend Ian Carr is here shooting a doc. There's a documentary coming out. I'm in a great sitcom pilot that's about to get. I'm almost. It's funny. I'm 69 years old, but I tell everybody I'm 70, so I don't have to explain that I'm not making a filthy joke by saying I'm 69. But I'm in this great sitcom pilot called Shoot Me Nicely. And this guy, Elias Plagiano, wrote it and directed it. And we're about to get picked up. But one of the stars is Linda Hamilton. And a week ago, they announced that Schwarzenegger and James Cameron and Linda Hamilton are making a sequel to Terminator. It's like God came down out of the hot, So I'm 70 years old, and I'm going to get rich just in time to die.
You look good, man. You look good. Tell me about your personal life, Jackie. Married still?
I was married for 20 years, and my ex-wife, Nancy, lives 2 doors away from me. And my gorgeous girlfriend, Barbara Klein, me and her double date with my ex-wife and her boyfriend.
Stop it.
And she's one of my, she was one of my best friends. She was maybe my best friend or one of my best friends, then came and started working with me, and then we couldn't resist each other, and then we got married, and we made all the money and went crazy. But when we got divorced, we were back to being the friends we had been beforehand. See, Nancy's the greatest girl.
You double date like that.
We double, and we had the greatest time.
Oh my
God! And some people say that's great, and other people say, "How the hell?" The greatest marriage joke. The wife says, "Get out! Get out! Get the hell out!" And as her husband's walking out the door, she says, "I hope you die a slow, painful death." He says, "So now you want me to stay?"
That's a great joke.
That's the best marriage.
Jackie, the joke man, Martley, man.
See, sadly, that wouldn't work with you, Joe. You couldn't live next
door.
to
So
your
you're not
ex-wife.
married. You are married.
No, you know what's as we're next.
You're
next to you.
You're taking a break, Joe.
I'm next year. I think about the days how in love I was with the Kimberly.
Oh, Fred Norris. Oh, God.
He would not crack me up.
Oh, he would say that. You wouldn't even be there. We'd be in the middle of something talking about the news, and Fred would go, "Kimberly!" And I would fall down.
And you know what? This is what I say when they make jokes about the president. They make jokes about this, make that. If you lead with your chin, and sometimes you ask for it, you got to accept it.
Oh,
man.
of
and
course.
what goes around comes around. You're going to joke about somebody else, they're going to joke about you. And I thought that was so great. But no, Kimberly.
They busted my horns about everything.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I had
yeah,
CDs out, and I did my gigs, and I sold my stuff, and I told my jokes. And I had my chin. My chin's been out there since I was born. I was born with my chin out, and let them screw with me. Everybody's, they picked on you so much. Who are you going to pick on? Gary's got a fat ass. Game over. You know me. There's a lot to go to work on.
Oh man.
And people say, well, they ganged up on you all the time, but like Fred, I could go toe to toe with Fred. Everybody else couldn't. Fred is too brilliant. So we could have fun. I would pick on Robin. Nobody would pick on Robin. I'd pick on Gary. Nobody. They didn't pick on each other. So I picked on all of them, or inspired Howard to pick. We'd be going to commercial, and we'd be sitting there, and Gary'd come in, and he'd walk out the door, and we're just about to go to commercial, and I'd just say to Howard, "Look at the size of his ass." And we'd be off to the races for 15 minutes. Fred screaming, "Go to commercial, go to commercial." No, wait, Fred, right, wait. Oh, God.
You know what I used to tell Howard, too, though? He would always walk the line and be on. So I would say, Howard, when we take a restroom break or something like that, and I'd say, Howard, you don't need to get nasty because you are one of the brightest cats I've ever met in my life. Look at him now. He's the best interviewer in radio right now. What he's doing, Howard's doing now. Am I right?
Sure, but there was nothing like the crap that we used to pull.
Yeah.
Nothing like
that. I was right there. To this day, people will remember back in the day.
Do you know one of the great things of all time is Ringo Starr was going on tour. A Beatle was going on tour. It was the first time since like Wings, and everybody's out of their mind. And Ringo did a press conference, and it was an international press conference for 1 billion people. And we used to give Stuttering John questions. And we're listening to it live on the air.
That's
billions
terrible.
of people.
That's terrible.
And all of a sudden we hear the guy say, there's no video. So we hear John Melendez, WXRK, and we're like, oh, jeez. And John said something to Ringo, and Ringo gave the perfect straight line back. And I get the chills right now telling you. John goes, "Ringo, what'd you do with the money?" And Ringo said, "What money?" He says, "The money your mom gave you for singing lessons."
You the worst. You guys, you were so bad.
Oh,
hey, the book. Let me hold it up for you. This is The Joke Man. This is Bow to Stern. This is a great picture, great title. Jackie, I tell you, you're a legend, man. Jackie the Joke Man Martling, right
love
there,
that.
brother.
Listen, if you want to pre-order it, if you go to JackieTheJokeman.com, the Amazon pre-order page comes right up. JackieTheJokeman.com. I got a book signing in historic New Jersey.
Where you going?
In New Jersey in Ridgewood, New Jersey,
Beautiful.
at Bookends, which is very exciting.
Sure.
And then Tuesday at the Book Review in Huntington on October 24th when it's actually coming out, and Barnes & Noble Upper East Side on Thursday. And a place called the Vault at Villa Records. Does that ring a bell with you in Berlin, New Jersey? That's a
wow.
Before,
Good for you. Yeah.
Before there was RCA Victor. Victor Records was its own record company.
Yeah.
And so they've got all the old tintypes or whatever they made records out of. Those big thick discs, and they're doing a signing there.
Jackie, listen, you're welcome anytime, and thank you. You're a good friend, because we said before you came on the air, I said, you got to keep it clean, because we keep it appropriate on the show.
So a guy's on an
airplane.
A guy's on an airplane, and he looks across the way as the plane's taking off, and a woman's breastfeeding a kid. And a couple hours later, they come in for a landing. She's breastfeeding the kid again. He said, excuse me, ladies, I couldn't help but notice you were breastfeeding your child on takeoff. And now you're breastfeeding them again on landing. Is there a reason? She says, yes. I breastfeed my child on takeoff and landing, so his ears won't pop.
So
and the guy says, damn, in all these years I've been chewing gum.
Oh, with that, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Jackie the Joke Man Markley.
Thank you very much. Buy a book, New Jersey. I love you.
Man, you're the best. Love you too, man.
Thank you.
8:40 right now, and the big Al Gattullo's got the headline news right here on AM 970, The Answer.
News, opinion, passion. This is AM 970, The Answer.
69 degrees at 8:39. I'm Al Gattullo with local news first. Here's what's going on. Thousands of New Yorkers are calling on New York City Mayor de Blasio to add more affordable housing. They rallied at City Hall yesterday and asked the mayor to increase the number of units for seniors by 15,000. Many in attendance said de Blasio hasn't kept his word when he vowed to make housing more affordable in the city when he was elected in 2013. The mayor recently announced a plan to build 200,000 affordable housing units by 2024. The initiative doesn't have any specifics on how many units will be built for seniors. New Jersey's major candidates for governor will face each other today in the first of two televised debates. Lieutenant Governor Kim Guadagno will square off against her Democratic rival Phil Murphy. The latest Monmouth University poll has Murphy, a former Goldman Sachs executive, ahead by 14 points. The debate will be televised at 7 o'clock tonight on WABC TV and carried online at abc7ny.com. In sports, on the ice, as you heard right here on AM 970, The Answer yesterday, the Islanders lost 3-2 at Barclays Center to the Blues in a shootout. They are 1-1-1 on the young season. They'll open up a 4-game road trip in Anaheim against the Ducks tomorrow. The Devils beat the Sabres in Buffalo 6-2, and the Yankees even their American League Division Series at 2 with a 7-3 win over the Indians in Game 4 in the Bronx. Cleveland will host Game 5 tomorrow night. NLDS Game 4, Nationals and Cubs. You can listen to it right here at 5:30 on AM 970, The Answer. Stuck in traffic? Susie Sarone's got the answer.
Partly cloudy, 66 now in the city. What's going on? We have the answer. Stall on the Bell Parkway westbound near Cross Bay Boulevard. That blocks a lane. Delays on the Deegan southbound from almost the Westchester line right down through the Cross Bronx. Alternate side in effect. Inbound George Washington Bridge, about 40 for the upper, 30 at the lower. Inbound Lincoln, about 40. Inbound Holland, about 35 from either approach. On and off volume delays on the Parkway northbound 129 to 151. Accidents on 287 in both directions. 287 northbound north of exit 10. 287 southbound near exit 13. Hefty delays on 78 eastbound into exit 48 with an accident in the left lane. New York State Thruway southbound delays from exit 13 right across the Tappan Zee. Your forecast today, partly sunny and warm with a high of 80 degrees down to 67 tonight. Wednesday, cooler scattered showers. Wednesday's high 73. Thursday, more rain and even cooler. Thursday's high only 66. Now you know how not to go. I'm Susie Cerrone on AM 970, The Answer.
Brought to you by Indeed.com. Are you hiring? Join the over 3 million businesses that use Indeed.com for hiring. You can post a job in minutes and manage your candidates from an easy-to-use dashboard. Post your next job on the world's #1 job site, Indeed.com.
If you're feeling run down and don't have the energy that you used to, it's probably because you're not eating enough fruits and vegetables. It's time to try Balance of Nature's fruits and vegetables in capsule form. Balance of Nature is not like ordinary vitamins that are made with synthetic aesthetics. It's just natural food in a capsule with tens of thousands of vital nutrients from 100% whole food plants, fruits, and vegetables. Each capsule has 10 servings of fruits and vegetables. Once you start taking Balance of Nature, you will feel great. People report that their skin looks better, they have fewer aches and pains, and they have a lot more energy to celebrate Balance of Nature's 20th anniversary. They are offering their best deal ever. 2 free months of fruits and veggies and free shipping. Call now for details. 1-800-2468-751 and use the promo code The Answer for a free 2-month supply, or go to balanceofnature.com. But make sure you use the promo code The Answer. Call Balance of Nature 1-800-2468-751. Use the promo code The Answer.
I'm Chris King with the New York Islander Minute. Columbus Day matinee at Barclays Center. The St. Louis Blues defeated the New York Islanders 3-2 in a shootout. The Isles did grab a hard-earned point and finished the opening weekend of the season with a record of 1-1-1. Trailing 2-0 past the midpoint of the third, Andrew Ladd cut the lead in half with a beautiful wrist shot goal from the right circle. Ladd curls to the dot, shoots and scores! Andrew Ladd has his first of the year, and the Islanders are on the board. He makes it a 2-1 game here with under 7 minutes to play in the third. And Anders Lee tied the game at 2 with just 59.2 seconds remaining in regulation time. Hickey knocked down in front. Lee, the rebound, he scores! Anders Lee's first goal of the year has tied this game at 2 with under a minute remaining. The Owls begin a 3-game California road swing when they visit the Anaheim Ducks tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Right here on your home for Islanders hockey, AM 970, The Answer.
I am going to Cowan's. We're going to Cowan's the next couple of weeks. Cowan's Public may have been born in 2015, but its historic roots stretch back to the 1930s. See, that to me is one of the most creative decades, the 1930s. Architecture, just the hipness, the Art Deco of it all. Well, this Art Deco speakeasy in Nutley, New Jersey, which is one of the great towns in Jersey. Nutley opened its doors just after the repeal of the Prohibition. Is when the speakeasy opened, right? Well, the main room features a curved Art Deco bar. Check this out. With custom stained glass, a roaring fireplace, plenty of seating. Cowan's Public has 16 rotating craft beers on draft for all tastes and use local purveyors focusing on the freshest ingredients. You got to try their fried chicken and waffle sandwich. That is so hip, they do chicken and waffle sandwich. Or perhaps the wild mushroom taco. Both are spectacular. Cowan's Public focuses on seasonal specialty cocktails with premium ingredients, house-made syrups, fresh squeezed juices. And if you're looking for something really unique, Cowan's Public offers a barrel-aged cocktail program featuring 5 cocktails that have been aged in different spirit barrels, taking on the flavors of the wood and the spirit that was previously held in the barrel. Do you hear what I'm saying? Is this a place I got to hang with you at? We got to go to Cowan.
Beautiful place. I've been there. It's gorgeous. The bar, when you walk in, first of all, when you look at it from the neighborhood, when you walk in, you think, nah, there's nothing to this place. When you walk in and you see the bar and the decor and the bartenders, the attention to detail that they put on the drinks, the food is spectacular. You are going to love it, Joe.
1930s never looked so good. Cowan's Public, your local escape. And when in Clifton, New Jersey, please visit the newly constructed Barrow House Bar and Restaurant.
Kevin McCullough, radio. Breaking news, what it means, and why it matters. Tonight at 5, an AM 970. The Answer.
Good morning, Jersey Joe on the radio. You know, Jackie was good. I thought Jackie was going to be a little. I hope he didn't offend anybody, but it was okay. You know, he was
It was fun. He was funny.
Because
Very
Jackie
funny.
the Joe. He was always so what we used to call. He was always so blue. You know, when I got to talk to him when he comes back about Eddie Murphy, we talked on the way out. He was on Long Island doing the comedy clubs when Eddie broke. And Eddie Murphy broke on Long Island.
Right.
When Eddie came to Saturday Night Live, 17th floor, and they took me up there, and I was already hired. And they said, we want you to meet somebody we're considering to hire. And then a very young Eddie Murphy was sitting there with Richie Tinkin, I remember, and his other manager, Bob Wax. And Eddie, I heard he was a quote-unquote Long Island comic. So I've said this before. When you're a Long Island comic and you're working in Manhattan, you didn't know anybody in Long Island. It was like Idaho, you know? Like when Jerry came to town, I only heard about Jerry Seinfeld, when he went to the comic strip. When you come into Manhattan, then we all know. And so it was the West Side, the Improv. It was the Upper East Side, Catch Rising Star. And then the comic strip was relatively new.
Right.
And I remembered, I think Eddie started to work the comic strip, but I still didn't know him. I meet him, shook his hand, and I'll never forget that. Is when I first met Eddie, I said, "This is a great kid," and we laughed and we joked, and it was an instant love affair right from day one. What a great kid! Jackie knew him back in the clubs back in the day. We'll talk to him next time we come back. And Eddie was, if he was 19 on SNL,
right?
What was he in a club? He right out of high school.
17, 18.
Amazing, huh?
Yeah.
Eddie told me he used to go to high school dressed up, suit and tie with a briefcase.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know. I never asked him why, but I could just see Eddie doing that just to be like, "Hey, I'm Eddie Murphy. I got this down." You know, I think he always knew he would be the megastar that he is. So thank you, Jackie, for stopping by. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was.
That was a lot. Not too. Joe, you got a little nervous there for a second.
Oh, yeah.
His hair got redder. The jacket got redder too. So.
We didn't know. And you had your. You had your
yes, my finger on the dump button. Yes,
on the dump button. Hey, it's Piscopo in the morning. I'll tell you what, and we were talking about too with the crazy weekend that we had.
You look tired.
You
do look tired.
You know what? See, this is what's wrong with Al. You are your mother. You are your mother. You never say that to somebody.
Scary.
You never say that to somebody. I don't think I'm watching on television. I don't look tired. And it's like you don't say that to somebody. No, it's the worst.
Trying to be honest.
No, you don't. But you just don't say it like that. You look what I've been through. Look at my age. You could never handle it. At my age, I'm 20 years older than you. You could never handle it.
Probably
and what
right.
I did, and you never. The first thing you could say. One lady said to me once. I was at school. I get up at 3:00 in the morning. I'm running around, and she said the same thing. You look tired. That is the worst thing you can do. And I'm looking at myself on the screen, and I don't look tired. And I don't feel tired. I feel quite good and everything. God, you were just like you're a yenta. You
Joe,
know you're a yenta.
You couldn't look more awake.
Yeah, I'm telling. Thank you, Joe.
Oh,
Thank
you're
you.
welcome, Joe.
Al, if I was your sister, I wouldn't have talked to you either. For crying out loud, you don't say it there. I could. And how many mornings I see look at you over there, and you space out or you close your eyes.
And you're welcome to. Welcome to.
I'm not going to do it because it's not the appropriate thing to say.
It's all right.
You are just such a yenta. You have turned into your mother, Albert.
Please.
You're going to start. You're going to start. Now
I'm going to shrink and have red hair.
Oh, jeez. Piscopo in the morning, wide awake, 10 minutes before 9 o'clock. Oh, my gosh. Hey, Susie Sarone's on the roads. Good morning, Susie. How you doing this morning?
How much do I love the word yenta?
I know. He is.
How
Al is such a yenta. I have to tell you.
That's like the worst thing you could say to somebody is, you look tired.
I know,
You might as well just say you look like crap.
I know. And Debbie and I always say that. Because if somebody says that, it's like, oh, you look tired.
You look tired. It's like, okay.
Unbelievable. You know, especially if you've been working 24/7. Friday.
You were nonstop this weekend.
Paying alimony, paying child support. You know, I mean, it's like, oh, my gosh. Hey, but you know what? Fired up and raring and ready to go.
Are you going to nap today? Make some French toast, take a nap?
You know what? I don't know that I'll have a chance to. I got to get back to the hotel. I got to get back to the kids. You know. Hey, you know, dedicated dad, dork dad on the job.
I hear ya.
Susie, how are we doing today on this Tuesday?
What a mess out there today. We've got a bad accident in Queens on the Van Wyck North and at the LIE. 2 lanes are out on the Van Wyck North, and it stopped from the Bell Parkway. Accident on the Cross Island North near Jamaica Avenue. Alternate side in effect. Inbound George Washington Bridge. Still at least 30 for the upper, 25 at the lower. The inbound Lincoln about 35. Inbound Holland about 30 from either approach. Accident in Kenilworth on the Parkway northbound near 138. It is stopped 127, 138. Then it stays heavy pretty much up to 153 in Clifton. Delays on Route 3 westbound into 46 from an earlier accident. And the New York State Thruway southbound is slammed from exit 13 right into Westchester. Now you know how not to go. I'm Susie Cerrone on AM 970. The Answer.
Hi, Kevin McCullough. Have you ever had a legal question pertaining to elder law or estate law and wondered to yourself, what's the best course of action to take? Every Thursday during Kevin McCullough Radio at 5 o'clock on AM 970 The Answer, you'll hear Mike Connors of Connors & Sullivan Attorneys at Law answer a listener's actual question. If you have a legal question for Mike Connors, the Ask the Lawyer host, simply email the question to askmikeconnors@gmail.com. or call the Legal Question of the Week phone line at 347-735-MIKE. That's 347-735-6453. And don't forget to tune in to Ask the Lawyer with Mike Connors every Saturday evening at 6 on AM 970 The Answer.
Hi, honey, I'm home.
Hi, sweetheart. How was your day?
Well, everything was fine until I got the job of finding a place for our holiday party.
Don't sweat it. Book the Atlantis.
That's right. Your office party was there last year. The Atlantis was perfect. The food, 2 bars, service, it was all great. Everything was so clean and beautiful, and those views of the city.
And they got 3 decks, a dance floor, LED lighting, and a state-of-the-art sound system. Seems like a no-brainer to me.
You're right. This is going to be the best holiday party ever. The Atlantis it is.
Have an event coming up? Call Francesca to charter the Atlantis. She does more than just holiday parties. Think weddings, Sweet 16 parties, sunset cocktail parties, bar, bat mitzvahs, luncheons, you name it. Guests can board from several locations, and Francesca makes it incredibly easy. Call her at 212-385-9400, 212-385-9400, or email her at events@franstouchofclass.com. For our Ask the Lawyer friends and listeners, you can attend any of Connors and Sullivan's free seminars on elder law, Medicaid, wills and estate planning, and more.
Yes, it's all free and all close to you. So come to Connors and Sullivan's free seminars.
On Monday, October 23rd at Vesuvio Restaurant, 7305 3rd Avenue in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn at 11 a.m., 3 p.m., and 7 p.m. At Buckley's, 2926 Avenue S in Sheepshead Bay, Brooklyn on Wednesday, October 25th at 11 a.m., 3 p.m., and 7 p.m. And on Thursday, October 26th at the Montauk Club, 25 8th Avenue in Park Slope, Brooklyn at 11 a.m. and 3 p.m.
Can't go to any Connors and Sullivan's free seminars? Then call Connors and Sullivan at 718-238-6500 for your own free office appointment.
Make an educated decision on your estate and family legal solutions today. Call Connors and Sullivan at 718-238-6500 or go to connorsandsullivan.com. Connors and Sullivan. Plan now for later.
Hey, Piscopo in the morning. How do you block these guys? Can you block somebody on your How does these guys?
On your email account?
Is it my email? Yeah, it's Gmail. Hold on. Yes, it's
there's a way
email.
to block.
How do they get my email?
I don't know.
How do they get my email? It's not bad. It's just annoying. So I'm gonna block this guy. How do you block this guy? I can't figure out how to block it.
I blocked him on mine. I don't like these people, emailing me on my personal email.
Very strange. Very interesting. And how do they get your email, right?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't like that. But and if you want to hit us, I guess am970theanswer.com.
Right. That's different.
Personal email. How do they get it? Creepy.
I don't know.
Creepy.
I'll probably delete them there too.
October 19th. We want you to mark this down if you'd be so kind to do this. October 19th, 5 before 9 o'clock, 8:55 right now. You got to come to the business breakfast. Would you do that for Joey? I want to meet you. It's going to be great. We're going to have a great time there. Steve Adubato, our buddy, is going to lead the discussion on growing your business. And Steve, does this for big corporations, huge mega corporations. This is what Steve does. They bring in Steve to inspire the troops, to talk business with the troops. So we're lucky enough to have Big Steve with us. And Big Steve's really his dad, but I got Big Steve Adubato. Steve Adubato is going to be there, and he's going to be talking to you about business and breaking through the clutter of digital and traditional marketing like nobody else can. Also, Isaac Radansky is going to be there. Phil Van Horn from Blue Rock Energy. Right there in person. Jeannie Zaino. Will you look at this lineup, please? Professor Jeannie Zaino, professor of political science at Iona College, frequent Fox contributor, one of the brightest gals we know, frequent guest on the show. Gary Goldberg is there. Isn't Gary's giving away something special or something? I think so. Founder and CEO of Gary Goldberg Financial Services. I think he's got a folder, some kind of thing for you, but you could talk to Gary about your finances. And also, DR Catering is there. You don't want to miss the delicious gourmet breakfast. And check this out. There are prizes. An Amazon Echo we're giving away. Islanders Flyers tickets we're giving away. Army Duke tickets we're giving away. Jets Falcons tickets. My Pillow complete sets. Excuse me. My Pillow complete sets. Biaggi luggage. You can get it. Look, October 19th, Wanacue Academic Center at Passaic County Community College. Right off of 287. October 19th. Mark it down. Now, entrance is free. Your entry is absolutely free, but please register online at am970theanswer.com.
Eric Metaxas, the show about everything, coming up tonight at 11 on AM 970. The Answer.
This portion of Piscopo in the morning brought to you by Modell's Sporting Goods Stores. Now, what if I said to Joe Lundberg, Joe, you sound tired. The guy just ran 10 miles. Al goes, you look tired. I go, you don't say that to anybody. I'm going to say to you, Joe, you sound tired. I ran 10 miles in devastating heat.
Tired in that humidity. I was tired. I was dog tired after that run.
Well, I worry about Joe. You push yourself. God bless you, man. You are a marathon man. I'm just working, but you physically.
I work too.
Yeah, but you do, and then you get back on the job to very early hours, and you sound great, by the way. And God bless you, and congratulations on your run. That you are an inspiration.
It was a patriotic run. The Army 10 miles.
I saw the pictures. Thank you for texting me those pictures. Joe, you're going to be at the business breakfast as well.
I am. That's next Thursday.
Beautiful. Joe Lumberg, October 19th. I love this. Hey, Joey, weather-wise today, we're doing okay?
Yeah, sun, some clouds, about 80 for a high. Tomorrow looks like a cloudier day with some rain in the afternoon, 72. Cool but dry Thursday with some sun, high 65.
All right, Joey, welcome back, man. Great to hear your voice. You sound great. Joe Lumberg right there, 858, the Marathon Man, 877-970-2999. You don't think I see your calls? I see your calls. I'll get to the calls when I can. We're coming back. Maybe after the 9 o'clock hour, I'll grab some calls, okay? Peyton Taylor is an up-and-coming Nashville superstar. She's a Jersey girl. She's an Italian, and she's going to be on with Piscopo in the morning. You don't want to miss it. Give us a call, 877-970-2999. Coming right back at you.
News, opinion, passion. This is AM 970. The Answer.
69 degrees at 8:59. I'm Al Gattullo with local news first. Here's what's going on. A Westchester County native can't be stopped on the trivia show Jeopardy! After cruising to an easy win on Monday, Austin Rogers has won. Hi, Joe. How you doing? Has won 10 straight games. Rogers has his roots in Pound Ridge. He now works as a bartender in Manhattan, but has taken time off work for his streak on the game show. This is good. Rogers has won over fans on social media for his eccentric behavior, which includes dancing and miming after victories. His try for an 11th straight win will air Tuesday evening. Police trying to figure out how a car ended up in the Raritan River. Emergency crews lifted it out at about 7:30 this morning off Meadow Road near the Edison Boat Basin. Details sketchy at this point. Unclear whether anyone had been inside the car. In sports, on the ice, as you heard right here on AM 970, The Answer. Islanders lost 3-2 to the Blues in a shootout. Devils beat the Sabres 6-2. Yankees over the Indians in Game 4 of the ALDS 7-3. You now know what's going on. I'm Al Gattullo, AM 970, The Answer.
From the studios of AM 970, The Answer, on Broadway and Wall Street in Manhattan, this is WNYM, Hackensack, New Jersey, New York City.
1,500 homes and businesses have burned down, including some wineries. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, and 14 fires are still burning through California's wine country, and some still pretty much out of control. 73,000 acres scorched so far.
I talked to one sheriff who said he was going door to door, in some cases prying open the front door and going inside and waking the people up to get them out. We even found cars that were burned on the street that were just abandoned.
Fox's Adam Housley in Napa, at least 11 people are dead, another 100 unaccounted for.
So far, we've rescued 44 people since the fire started. Some of them were ambulatory in mid-90s. Some of them were as low as 5 years old.
Highway Patrol Officer Sean Boya, fire in Orange County to the south has burned 24 buildings. 5,000 people evacuated there. A 19-year-old Texas Tech student is facing charges the morning after police say he shot and killed a campus officer at the police station while being questioned over drugs. He fled, but was later tackled by police in a parking lot. President Trump's fired off tweets this morning, and he's got something to say about what his Secretary of State reportedly said about him. Fox's John Decker live at the White House.
President Trump suggested he's smarter than Rex Tillerson, saying in an interview with Forbes that if Tillerson did call him a moron, as reported, the two should compare IQ tests, and I can tell you who is going to win. On the president's schedule later today, a lunch with Tillerson and Secretary of Defense James Mattis, in which both Iran and North Korea will likely be on the agenda. Separately, the president writing on Twitter, the problem with agreeing to a policy on immigration is that the Democrats don't want secure borders. They don't care about safety for USA. Dave?
John, the president also tweeted, no wonder ESPN's ratings are in the tank. After ESPN suspended SportsCenter host Jemele Hill for 2 weeks for calling on fans to boycott advertisers on Dallas Cowboys games after owner Jerry Jones had said players who don't stand for the national anthem won't play in the game. Fox News, fair and balanced.
Are your medical bills piling up due to cancer or another serious illness? You are not alone. Many people face this challenge. Here's how Coventry Direct can help. You can receive an immediate cash payment by selling your life insurance policy. If you have $100,000 or more of life insurance, you may be eligible to sell your policy, even a term policy. To find out if you qualify, call Coventry Direct today at 1-800-530-0600 to speak to one of our policy specialists. That's 1-800-530-0600. The cash you receive from selling your policy can be used to help pay medical bills or whatever you choose to give you financial security and peace of mind. Call Coventry Direct at 1-800-530-0600 or visit us at coventrydirect.com. Coventry Direct, giving you the cash you need when you need it most. Coventry Direct is a marketing company and will refer qualified policies to a licensed entity.
Nakba, Arabic for disaster. Incredibly, David Myers, new Center for Jewish History president, calls the founding of the State of Israel Nakba, a total disaster. But David Myers wants his fellow Jews to be quiet. We won't. Myers supports targeted boycott of Israeli businesses. He's on the New Israel Fund Board, financing groups advocating boycott, divestment, and sanctions against Israel. Myers, J Street Advisory Council member. They malign Israel, calling Jews oppressors and occupiers. Myers says Israel's old city of Jerusalem sovereignty is illegal. Tired of people like David Myers trashing Israel? Join us. Protest Myers' hiring as president of the Center for Jewish History, Wednesday, October 18th from 5 to 8 p.m. at 15 West 16th Street in Manhattan. Join Americans for a Safe Israel and jccwatch.org. Tell David Myers that he and those who support him are the true Nakba.
Stuck in traffic? We've got the answer.
Partly cloudy and 66 in the city. What's going on? We have the answer. Checking traffic, alternate side in effect. Accident on the Van Wyck northbound at the LIE has 2 lanes out. Accident on the Cross Island northbound near Jamaica Avenue. Inbound George Washington Bridge, still at least 35 for the upper, 25 at the lower. Inbound Lincoln 30, inbound Holland 30 from either approach. This crash on the Parkway northbound at 138 blocks the right lane. It is just stopped from 127 on up. Still really slow going on 208 southbound into Route 4. And delays on the New York State Thruway southbound. It is stop and go from exit 13 right across the Tappan Zee into Westchester. Then in Westchester, 287 eastbound is slow from the Thruway to exit 8. Folks heading into White Plains. Your forecast today, partly sunny and warm with a high of 80, 67 tonight. Wednesday, scattered showers and cooler. Wednesday's high 73. Thursday, more rain and even cooler. Thursday's high, only 66 degrees. Now you know how not to go. I'm Susie Cerrone on AM 970, The Answer.
This portion of Piscopo in the Morning brought to you by Trinitas Regional Medical Center. Visit trinitasrmc.org.
Good morning. Welcome to your Tuesday morning briefing. Here's what you need to know to start your day with your host, former Saturday Night Live superstar Joe Piscopo. Produced by Frank Morano with news guy Al Gottulo and traffic with Debbie Duhame. This is Piscopo in the Morning on AM 970. The Answer.
I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood. If I seem edgy, I want you to know that I never mean to take it out on you. Life has its problems, and I get my share.
How great is this guy? How great is Eric Burdon?
I love you. Oh, baby, don't you know I'm human? Have thoughts like any other one. Sometimes I find myself alone regretting some foolish thing, some little sinful thing I've done. I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood.
6 minutes after 9 o'clock with Joe Piscopo on the radio. Great to have you with us this morning. Peyton Taylor's standing by. She's going to come on in a second, but she's a young, very, very talented Nashville star, Italian from Jersey. But you listen to that Eric Burdon voice, man. That is the guy. And I have such a flashback to my high school years, to my buddies Vinnie Lapone, Timmy McWilliams, and all my buddies, man. When we used to, with Johnny Welshons, who played bass, we used to have a band. I loved Eric Burdon so much that he did a song called Hey Jip on his first album, The Animals, that I called the band Hey Jip. With Richie Mears, I remember. Gosh, you remember Johnny Vargo on drums? Oh, forget about it. That I don't think. And Joe, you're an old soul, but you never listened to '60s rock and roll. That's not you.
'60s rock and roll. Come on,
blasphemy for him.
All right.
That is Paul Anka.
Paul Anka was your guy. Hey, this guy. I always heard about Paul Anka in concert. Dr. Jordan Josephson takes me to see Paul a couple weeks ago. You got to go.
I saw the picture, yeah.
He's in Mohegan Sun. He's actually playing in Mohegan Sun.
Oh, really?
If you want to go, Frankie can't go because he's doing his radio show. But I said to Frankie Five Boroughs, he likes it too. But if you want to see this guy, this is the guy in concert. Anka. Fantastic. You forget all the hits. You probably know all of his hits at your young
I have a
age.
great album he did when he was young. Paul Anka at the Copacabana is really good.
He played the Copa.
Great record.
With Jules. What was it?
Jules Padell.
Ow.
The kid wasn't even alive when this happened.
I'm looking for a reference for the Copacabana back in 1928. And Joey Old School
Paul
knows
Anka
it.
wasn't there in 1928 either.
No, but it was the early 60s.
Right.
And Jules Podell, that was the guy.
Yeah.
That was the guy. Everybody who was anybody played the Copa, right?
That was the dream of Bobby Darin.
Yeah.
He had to play it. Once
he
he played the Copacabana, he made it.
Bobby Darin and Anka used to hang out together.
I didn't know that.
When Bobby Darin was Robin Walden Cosoto from the Bronx, New York,
Yeah.
they used to hang out. Paul lived in Jersey, tells a story on stage. Look at you. I'm talking about rock and roll the 60s. Why would I talk about modern stuff? Like the 60s with you? You got to go back
Why
with you.
don't we talk about modern stuff like the 70s? Tony Orlando.
Joey Old School. Hey, it's Biscuit Bo in the morning. Great to have you with us. Just pumped up and fired up. What a great time we had on Columbus Day. I have to thank you for showing up at the parade. I have to thank you for watching the parade. And thanks for following everything that we stand for as Americans. I think it was really front and center during the Columbus parade yesterday, Columbus Day parade yesterday, because it wasn't about Columbus. It wasn't even about Italian Americans. It was about the ethnicity of this great country, how people come from another country, how they learn the laws and the language, and they want to become American. They come here to become American. All I remember is my grandfather, American, they would say. I'd be American, like that. And then I remember when my parents were in the house, we were not allowed to speak Italian. I said this on the air yesterday with Maria. I'm not allowed to speak Italian. We had to learn the language of this new country that we were in. So every time I go out and I work like crazy, and we're on the air yesterday, Channel 7, a big shout out to ABC 7, Kenny Rosado and Dave Davies over there doing such a great job, and me having the honor of being with the great Maria Bartiromo, who does such a great job. They talk about a great Italian-American success story from Brooklyn, New York. It's about the legacy. It's about maintaining the legacy and trying to carry on what my grandparents wanted, what my parents wanted, and how people had to really change their name, right? When we went to Ellis Island, you saw that in The Godfather. That was all true. They would change your name. They would. My buddy, Vic Ritchell, great guy, very super successful businessman, great guy. His last name's like Riccioletti or something. They changed it at Ellis Island. They changed his grandfather. But we didn't complain. We didn't whine. We didn't moan. We didn't say, well, tear down this statue, tear down that statue. No, let's start legislation. Let's start a protest. No, we just worked harder. We worked harder. And as Italian Americans, as Jewish Americans, Polish Americans, Chinese Americans, Latino Americans, Black Americans, you work hard. You work hard to build up the fabric and foundation of the United States of America. That's what we're about. And that's what that parade was about yesterday. So don't talk to me about taking any statue down. I don't want to hear it. It ain't coming down. And you know how I know it's not coming down? Because Chaz Palminteri says that it's not coming down. That statue's not coming down, Joey. And man, that's a Bronx common sense. It incenses me that they even go there, and it's comical to me. If you're Italian American, and I said this on Tucker's show last night, if you're Italian, do they really think that they're going to get the statue down? You're going to mess with the Italian American? Yeah, I'm telling you, everybody who I know, and you kind enough to listen, I know we will do a call to action, so help me God. There'll be more Italian Americans at Columbus Circle than are in Italy, for crying out loud. I'm telling you, that's what's going to happen. We are at the ready. I don't want to inflame this, because sometimes you inflame the fringe. I have an olive branch right now, and I hope Mayor de Blasio comes to his senses, and I hope Melissa Mark Viverito comes to her sense, and she goes, okay, forget about it. It was silly. We're not going to even have a commission. The commission starts today to say, who's the commission? Can you tell me what we got to put up, what we can't put up? After all that my parents did, and grandparents did, after the largest mass lynching of Italian Americans, the biggest mass lynching in America was of Italian Americans. And then a year later, that statue is up, and you're going to try to take it down? It's just not going to happen. And don't even go there. It's comical to me that they even went there. And a shout out to Andrew Cuomo, to Governor Cuomo. I went with Maria Bartiromo on ABC yesterday, and the governor sat down to my right. I got Maria to my left. I was given an edict. I got the order not to be political on the show. The producer of the show said, Karen says, Joe, no politics, because they know I've been fired up about it. I can go on Fox. I can talk to Neil Cavuto about it, about no statue. I go on Tucker, boom. Fox and Friends, the weekend I went on, we talked about everything. No politics on ABC, got it. No politics, roger that. I'm a good soldier, got it. Let's just have fun. Let's celebrate the Italian-American culture on the Columbus Day Parade on Channel 7. Maria went there. She is so good, Maria Bartiromo. Such a brilliant journalist. She goes like this. She goes, all right, there's an elephant in the room, and Governor Cuomo's to my right. I go, in my mind, we're live on television there, and there's millions of people watching this parade, by the way. And she goes, and I'm thinking to myself, she's not going to go there. She goes there. She goes, oh, the statue, Governor Cuomo, and she was brilliant, and she was so pointed and very, certainly in her way, she's so intelligent, got right to the heart of the matter, and Governor Cuomo was great. And I saw, and I talked to you listening, because I know if you're listening to our show, you're probably conservative, you may Democrat, you may whatever, but you're conservative. Listen, I was a lifelong Democrat, I'm a conservative, though. I saw in Andrew Cuomo something I had never seen before. I saw the tenor and I saw just he was just more settled. He wasn't like doing a speech at a podium. He wasn't yelling. He wasn't trying to win over the crowd. He was talking from his heart. I'd not seen Andrew Cuomo do that. And it was I'll tell you how impressive it was that guy could make a run in 2020. If that was the Andrew Cuomo that was on ABC yesterday with Maria Bartiromo and his reaction to Maria's questions, I said, whoa. I looked at him and I said, boom. This guy could make the run. He was that composed, and it was in the name of his father and his beautiful mother Matilda. And I know, Mario was too liberal, but really pragmatically. Now, if Andrew wasn't Italian, would I be saying those nice things about him? No. So it's a 9:14 right now with Episcopal. Let me go to the calls. Al in Manhattan. Al, how you doing this morning, buddy?
Good morning to all of you. Joseph, feel free to inflame, my friend, because I'm going to tell you right now, you have my full support as a Hispanic. You're not going to just get Italians up there. You're going to get Irish, Hispanic.
I love
You're
it.
going to get Greeks.
I
You're
love
going to
it.
get everyone
I
out
love
there
it.
supporting you. I'll get all my friends out there, and God bless you.
Yeah, Al, thank you, man. And I said this before earlier in the show when I went out and I actually campaigned for the president. Yes, I did. I'm not going to apologize for it. I went down to Florida with Rudy Giuliani. And it was just, look, I knew Donald for years, and so I said, sure, let me go down to Florida and I'll campaign. So I went to Hialeah, I went to the Cuban-American communities, the Puerto Rican communities, and I've said this before, and I heard that, and now we appreciate what you're saying, man, because when I heard those folks who ran away from Castro, from the tyranny of you don't even know how horrible Castro was. Fidel, right? But I could hear in the accent when I talked to the Cuban Americans, I could hear, because the similarities between Spanish and Italian, I heard my grandfather, man. And I looked in the eyes of these Latino Americans, right? Of these Cuban Americans, the Puerto Rican Americans. And I saw my grandfather, man. It's what it's all about right there. And that's what we were celebrating. So I'll appreciate you saying that, man, because we're all the same. And we're all fighting the same fight. And we just got to stick together and keep the foundation of this great country as sovereign as we can. Sam, just so you come from Egypt, buddy, right?
Absolutely. And on behalf of all my Egyptian paisans, we got your back, Joe. You don't have to worry about it.
I love it.
That big beard is going to have to go through us first. I heard they're going to be taking the pyramids down for all the pharaohs, what they did back in the days. Is that true?
That is great.
By the way, that Jackie, the joke man,
Yeah.
the guy Jackie that he has,
Yeah.
let me tell you,
Yeah.
landing and taking off is never the same for me after that joke. I can tell you that.
Hey, Sam, thank you, brother. We love you. And thank you, Sam. Sam's Egyptian. So when I went on that little plane, I had Richard. Richard is my buddy who actually Richard Rofe. Big. He was the pilot and the owner of this plane that took me up the Mohegan Sun and allowed me to do the Mohegan Sun and the benefit for Puerto Rico, and allowed me to get back in time for the Columbus Day Parade. Richard Rofe. His father was from Egypt. So Sam, I hear what you're saying, man. Let me go to Andrew in Jersey real quick before we break. Andrew, good morning. What's on your mind this morning?
Yeah, I love everything you're saying. You were great on Tucker, and I feel the same with the Spanish immigrants. It reminds me of my mom. Her side, they're Italian immigrants. And the indigenous people, that's a fallacy. They're not indigenous. They're migrants from Asia, so it should be called First Nations. And also many the Hispanics that do protest Columbus, the one girl I actually liked in college, she told me, well, she said, I'll be honest with you, I'm prejudiced against Europeans because of Columbus and conquest. But she herself was European. She's Spanish, so they don't even know the history. But it might sound weird to say, but you know who you kind of remind me of? Nat King Cole. It's like you're such a nice guy, you can't disagree with you. That's what I thought on Tucker. It's like, how can anyone disagree with this guy? He's so honest, so nice.
Thanks, Andrew. You're very, very good. Nat King Cole. There's a reference for you, Joe. There's a reference. Oh, hey, there was.
I love Nat King Cole.
Is for the way you. No. This was it. Mona Lisa, men have named you. How cool was Nat King Cole, man?
But the best one of them all was chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. You know, the first black man to have his own variety show. Nat
I
King
did
Cole.
know that, yeah.
Yeah, what a great talent. Thank you for that, man. We appreciate you calling. We appreciate that, too. Just trying to keep it pragmatic, keep it objective, and, all for the good of the country. So, and Susie Sarone's with us, but I have to Susie, I'm so excited. We have Peyton Taylor. This is a Jersey girl, Italian girl who's ripping it up in Nashville. Ooh. So my buddy Radio Bill on the Jersey side said, Joe, Peyton Taylor, you got to meet Peyton Taylor. So we went back and forth. We're doing the direct messaging. I go, boom, come on the show. She's with her dad, who was a cop in Philly. So we're going to have Peyton, and she brought her guitar with her.
All right.
She brought the guitar with her. I don't know. Something's up here. We have some music coming up on the Piscopo show.
A lot of nice talent out there yesterday, too, I saw on the stage.
How about the singing nun? How about the singing nun, Christina?
Her.
I thought.
And the Pinocchio?
You are good. Yes, Pop.
I told you
Pinocchio
I watched
Pop.
it.
That's right. Soldano. She is like the Italian fairy, the Italian fairy.
Yes, with the
so,
dancers.
but the singing nun, I saw the singing. I thought it was Molly Shannon. I thought it was. I wasn't. I said, wait a minute, what's going on? She got 92 million views on YouTube for crying out loud. Susie, how we doing out there, traffic-wise, at 920?
It's crazy out there. It's horrible. It's a good thing it's not raining. Can you imagine if it was raining? This crash on the Parkway northbound at 138 in Kenilworth. In the right lane, solid 127 to the accident scene. And then it's packed 144 to 153. Accident blocks the ramp from 280 eastbound to exit 30 in Newark. The New York State Thruway southbound is still solid from exit 13 across the Tappan Zee. In the city, alternate side in effect. That accident on the Van Wyck North and at the LIE out of there. Stall on the RFK Triborough Bridge, Bronx, Manhattan bound, the Hudson River crossings. Still about 30 at the George Washington Bridge for the upper, 20 at the lower. Inbound Lincoln about 30, inbound Holland about 30 from either approach. Now you know how not to go. I'm Susie Cerrone on AM 970, The Answer.
Introducing the Islanders Ticket Bank, offering the ultimate in flexibility.
Bailey cruises to the front, dances, score!
You choose the games, you choose the seats, and you choose the number of tickets.
There's Bailey over the flame line, drops on Tavares, walks in, shoots and scores!
Get the games you want when you want them by calling 844-33-ISLES or by visiting islanders.nhl.com/bank.
New Jersey voters, it's time to decide what type of future we want. Do we want a future of foreclosed homes, tattered infrastructure, more tolls, higher taxes, unceasing debt, and politicians gone wild? Or do we want leadership, economic opportunity, financial peace, constitutional liberty, and representation we can? I'm Matt Riccardi, United States Marine, Ivy League alum, Christian, constitutionalist, and the only choice for New Jersey governor who has chosen to legally bind themselves to a contract guaranteeing every promise made will be a promise kept. You wouldn't buy a home or a car without signing a contract, Why would you chance your future voting for a politician who won't either? I'm Matt Riccardi. I will be your representative, not your ruler.
Paid for by Riccardi for Governor campaign.
The minute you sync your phone to a car's infotainment center, all your personal data is copied to that hard drive. That includes your contacts, emails, GPS locations, and text messages. All this data is then stored in the car's infotainment system's hard drive. Frightening but true. Protect yourself with ClearMyCarData.com. From the leaders in e-data destruction, Guardian Data Destruction, a pioneer in the e-data destruction industry serving Fortune 500 companies throughout the United States. ClearMyCarData.com will remove all your personal data stored in the vehicle's infotainment system, making it untraceable by the next driver or owner. Call 833-CAR-WIPE. That's 833-CAR-WIPE, or visit ClearMyCarData.com. That's ClearMyCarData.com, and get rid of your data before you get rid of that car. 833-CAR-WIPE or ClearMyCarData.com.
Are you looking for a radio show that gives you straight talk, common sense, and the facts? Are you looking for a media outlet which offers all points of view? If the answer is yes, then listen to the Cats Roundtable every Sunday morning starting at 8:30 right here on AM 970, The Answer. The Cats Roundtable is hosted by John Catsimatidis, a successful businessman who came to this country as an immigrant and built a multi-billion-dollar business empire. He's met presidents, world leaders, governors, mayors, congressmen, state legislators, and you'll hear them all on the Cats Roundtable. Republicans, Democrats, independents, conservatives, liberals, and everything else you can imagine. You won't just hear their take on the news. You'll hear them make the news. Whether it's local, national news, or international news. You can read about it in the newspaper on Monday, but hear it first on the Cats Roundtable. Sunday mornings at 8:30, right after Morano in the Morning. Only on AM 970, The Answer. Mike Gallagher, live from our Wall Street studios. Coming up at 10 a.m. on AM 970, The Answer.
This portion of Piscopo in the Morning brought to you by Modell's Sporting Goods Store. You gotta go to Moe's, baby. As I spend most of my time for my children, buying Rawlings gear at Mitchell Modell's. Hey, it's Piscopo in the Morning, 9:24 right now. Great to have you with us. Happy Tuesday. I'm just so happy to be here. After Columbus Day, we're settling in. We're streaming. I mean, if you want to find out where you could see us on video, if you go to @JerseyJoe, JRZY, Joe Piscopo on Twitter, and then I'm on Facebook and Instagram, and or go to am970theanswer.com if you'd be so kind to do that. You could hear us streaming around these fine United States of America and around the world, frankly. And we know you're listening in Norway and China. I know everybody, Israel and Australia. Isn't that wild? So thank you, Joe Piscopo, but live from New York. So I have a buddy that my boss doesn't like me to mention because he's very popular in New Jersey. He's a great guy. And I won't mention his name, Bill Spadia. But he's a great guy, and he's my buddy. And so I said, Bill goes, oh, you got to meet Peyton Taylor. She's great. She's a Jersey girl. She's Italian. And, you know, she's from Nashville, but she's a Jersey girl. And she's on the show. So I said, we somehow got together online on Twitter, I guess it was.
Yeah.
So Twitter, Twitter connects everybody. But boom, I mean, it's unbelievable. So you were, Peyton, welcome to the show.
Thank
Peyton
you.
Taylor, you're just ripping it up down there in Nashville.
Thank you so much. I'm trying. Lord, I'm trying.
Yeah, but it's a great town down there. Now, how long have you been down in Nashville now?
I'm going on my, January will be 5 years.
5 years. And but you're from Jersey?
Yes.
Where in Jersey are you from?
So, South Jersey.
Yeah.
So it's very hard to explain to people down there where exactly I'm from because I say New Jersey and they think right outside New York City. I know. So I say, do you remember the episode of The Sopranos with the Russian? Do you remember where they buried the Russian?
Terrible.
They buried the Russian probably in my backyard.
By the Pine Barrens,
in the Pine
with
Barrens.
Paulie Walnuts.
Yes.
Yeah, that's great.
And then the ones who get it are like, yes, and the ketchup packets. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So
Terrible.
that's I usually just pinpoint it to that.
So you were down, but you were a Jersey Shore girl? Jersey Shore? Is that where is it?
We split the time half and half. My grandma, she snowbirds and she's adorable, and I know she's listening now. Hi, Grandma. She's she had a place in Ocean City, and then she worked for the city of Philadelphia as well. along with my dad, who we'll start getting on him
Oh,
here
yeah. Oh,
in
yeah.
a minute.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I was born in Philly, and then we moved across the bridge to Turnersville, New Jersey.
Yeah, sure,
So
sure.
around there, and then back and forth shore,
Yeah.
Turnersville.
And then Nashville. Everybody's moving to Nashville, girl. Everybody's
moving to Nashville.
You know, I mean, it's like not only the performers like Gavin DeGraw and these great performers are going down there, but like people. You know, I think the tax structure is better. You know, because it's a lot less than Jersey, baby. You know that.
Cost of living.
Yeah, I know. So you doing okay?
Yeah, I honestly can't. I just feel so blessed because I went down there 5 years ago and had no idea what. I just knew what I wanted to be, and I had a dream basically, and my guitar, and I knew, all right, let's just fly by the seat of our pants here and see if we can make this work. So I went down. It was actually, so my dad from Philly, he was a mummer forever and ever.
He put the whole outfit on?
Oh, are you kidding me?
The mummer outfit?
His family is in the Mummers Hall of Fame. That's what we're known for.
This is great. You know what? And Joe is his name. Joe, can you sit down on that? I just want to ask you one thing, if I can. Can we put that mic on for him, Al, right there, in Joe's seat? Joe is a Peyton's dad, and I love the father-daughter thing, by the way. I mean, I just love that, the way he speaks with such high regard for your father. He's a Philadelphia cop. And Joe, thank you for your service to Philly's a great town, man. You were down there. You're too young, but you remember Frank Rizzo down there in Philly, man, huh?
I do. My father was a Philadelphia police officer when Frank Rizzo was the commissioner and also the mayor.
Oh my gosh, that's like a history unto its own, right there.
I need to interject as well. I just recently, not anymore, but I was dating a gentleman in Nashville from Long Island by the name of Frank Rizzo. So I called the family and tell them, oh my gosh, they thought it was the second coming. They had us married and everything.
You think they'll keep the statue of Frank Rizzo up there? They got a statue of Frank Rizzo in Philly, huh?
They were trying to take it down.
So tell me, man, I can see in your eyes, you're a great Italian guy. You're from Philadelphia. You were at the parade yesterday.
I was.
And so Mayor de Blasio, you were just off mic, we were talking about it. I missed the whole thing. Al told me. I missed the whole thing. I'm in the booth with Maria, so he got booed. I didn't even see him getting booed. I didn't even hear it. What happened? And you're a cop, and you're not crazy about this particular mayor.
I am not. Mayor de Blasio, he came by the grandstand. As he passed the section where I was sitting, in all honesty, I started to boo him.
You did?
I started the booing.
He was the initiator of the boo.
I initiated it, and then other people started to chime in afterwards, and the boos got louder and louder.
Oh, my God.
I don't like his policies. I believe, without getting too political, I believe he has caused many cops in New York City to be injured and, in fact, killed. And
yeah, wow.
As a former cop.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't appreciate those policies.
He was. I missed that whole thing. What was his reaction? What was the mayor's reaction? Do you know?
He would just kept waving the Italian flag, looking forward.
Yeah,
kept waving the flag, trying to act like it didn't
Smiling
bother him.
And you saw
it.
Chaz Palminteri yesterday.
I did. He's
how great
he's
is
my
Chaz?
idol.
How great is Chaz? And Chaz was invited personally by the mayor to go to City Hall for the Italian Heritage
And
Day.
he declined, correct?
Bingo.
Yes.
Just like that. He said he had to do it. He said, okay, I'll go. But then he went, wait a minute, you're tearing our statue down. What are you doing? You can't do it. You can't have it both ways. They're using us, Joey. They're using us, Chaz said.
Correct.
So, listen, thanks for being a great dad to this young girl, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, it's the
Thanks
best.
for having her. I
Oh,
appreciate
are you kidding me, man? It's the best. And I'm a father of 3 daughters, man. Are you kidding me?
Awesome.
And you're ripping it up. You going to play something for us here?
You know, if we got time, I just brought it because if I don't have it, it's the one time that I will need it. So, I mean,
Did you like my Jersey Boy song?
I love your Jersey Boy song. What exit? That was my favorite part. That was my favorite part.
It's like an Italian guy writing Jersey country music, man, you know?
Well, all right.
Give me 2 seconds. Give it 2 seconds. I hate that when people say to me, Peyton, forgive me, but hey, do Sinatra. Hey, do a little something. Do a little something.
Oh, my God.
But you know what, Peyton? Do a little something. No, just a. What do you got? A little something here.
Yeah. Well, so I'm a writer, and I wrote this about my first. They call Nashville a 10-year town. I'm going on year 5, so I kind of had a little. Reflective moment, and I wrote this. I'll just do a little verse chorus about it, but I'm not even gonna talk about it. I'm just gonna sing. How about that? I guess you could say this is my memoir before I write it. Gold record signs will blind you, and boys who can sing with guitars. You try to fit in with the in crowd by changing who you are. You find out all you're really made of when the only